Hi, Sidney Winston here. You can find my YouTube, Sidney Winston. I have another YouTube, Ask an Atheist. You see at the bottom there, Ask an Atheist. You probably can't see it very well. You can probably see it better now. I don't know. I'm just in the mood to I guess hear my own voice for a while. So I thought, shit, what the hell? If I say anything and it's bullshit, then it's bullshit. And if I say anything that it makes sense, so what America. Anyway, I figured I'd open the Hangout today to anybody in my circles who has anything to say, has anything to ask. Oh, I've invited a partner in today, and there he is. That's Mr. Down Corner.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
When's the cavalry going to start charging?
The cavalry?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I think that happened in 1812 during the Crimean War. I think, but I could be wrong.
I thought it happened with Theodore Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. I think it's happened time and time again.
You could be right. Yeah, absolutely could be right. If you talk in North American history, I know nothing.
No, it's just a common term. It's a common term they say. When is the cavalry going to roll in? It's been used for lots of wars, and it's just a term they use.
Oh. Well, I'm just... oh, you're talking about the wars, the nonsensical wars that we're having with stupid people? I mean, theists?
Well, basically, I was saying, when is the atheist cavalry gonna roll in here for these stupid wars against the theists? Yes, these.
Well, I think the cavalry is here right now. What more do we need than you?
Yeah, but Sidney, you and I against Nadia's whole crew. It's like Custer at Little Bighorn, you know.
No, Nadia. I think Nadia is fading. Is going to fade into oblivion. We are going to rise up in strength.
We should rise up and try to do a 24/7 secular TV.
Well, I'm prepared to do 24/7. Actually, the 24/7 secular TV is the goal, but with revolving content. That is the goal. But for us, or for me, on this channel itself, or we could somehow set up a network, you know, of revolving different channels, like you, me, and Ask an Atheist could be one, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the 8 hours of content, of continuous content, is a good idea. However, it has to be continuously entertaining, and when it isn't, when there's a lull, you know, you throw a video or something on there to sort of, you know, maybe.
What do you mean? Are you saying that there's a lull when Nadia is pulling out her nose hairs on camera, or when she's
No. But there's a lull. She goes to sleep.
Yeah,
you know,
I know. I was being sarcastic. Of course, there's a lull when she's pulling her nose hairs out and just sitting there. I mean,
well, when she pulls her nose hairs out on camera is when I press the off button. You know, go somewhere else.
Yeah, her concept of 24/7 doesn't mean quality. It just means this is me, Nadia. Feel sorry for me.
You know what I think? I think she's trying to be the Cleopatra of the internet, the Cyber Cleo. Is what she's trying to be.
What was I going to say?
So should I so make this public so that people can come in and from the rest of the world and come in and give us their 2 cents?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something in the news that's worthy of talking about.
Well, I've titled it "Ask an Atheist or Two."
Well, it works.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can't get Jim over here. You might get the ball rolling when it comes
I'll
to.
tell you what I'll do. I'm going to go and put the live link into the YouTube, into my YouTube channel. So if anybody goes to my YouTube channel, Sidney Winston, they can join.
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about one of our friends who is shirtless on a regular basis. He broke down in tears last night when I told him that he needs to see a counselor because he's acting very manic.
Oh,
He kind of
really?
reinforced my whole supposition about his behavior. When I tell him he has to see a counselor, he still breaks down in tears. That kind of he goes from being somewhat level to breaking down in tears. The thing about these fundies that I've noticed, okay, you have people like that individual, and they get advice from fundies. Nadia's getting advice from fundies. Fundies like to sugarcoat stuff because they're really good at telling fairy tales. Rational people, such as you and myself, who believe in nothing and only accept facts. We don't base our life on beliefs. That should be the point of discussion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe anything about my car. I factually know my car functions a certain way, has this in it, has that in it. It needs this, this amount of gas, oil, whatever it is. Okay, they're all facts. None of that is a belief. I'm not going to sit here, Sydney, and tell you that. Well, my belief is that my car can run off of vegetable oil just because I believe it. It's not going to happen. This is the point of contention that I want to start pushing from our well, it's not a view. It's just what it is. The
Yeah.
point that I want to get across is that folks need to have facts and not have beliefs. I think when you have beliefs, you have a lot of problems with society versus facts.
Uh-huh.
I mean, beliefs are what the Nazi Party used, okay, to claim that they were, the reincarnation of Barbarossa and this and that and the master race. Yeah, that was all beliefs. None of it was factual.
Mm-hmm.
How many times in history have they used beliefs for horrible things versus facts?
Always.
So imagine a world in which we had only facts and there were no beliefs. Imagine the amount of wars we would or would not have, etc. Let's make up a topic. I like that as a topical idea, discussion.
Well, you know what I find surprising is that throughout history, it is atheists are claiming that throughout history all wars have been religious wars and this and the other, and I'm finding that not to be the case. I mean, I've just finished the podcast series, The History of Rome, and that pretty much started off, way in the BCE. Now, all the fights and all the even into the period of the Common Era, all those wars, none of those wars seem to be religious wars. They were all civil wars about land and about power and about family, family power and stuff like that. But none of them were religious. Tons of wars, tons of deaths, tons of torture, tons of more, everything, you name it. But slavery, you name it, but not about religion. When you come into the Common Era, pretty much once Christianity starts, and the Pope and the Church starts to get power. That's when religious wars start, and that's when they're all religious wars from that point on. So Christianity essentially has really fucked us. Has really fucked us, our history. They've gone and taken us. You know, we should have emerged from the ancient world into the 21st century technological age. And it shouldn't have taken us 2,000 years. It maybe should have taken us maybe a couple of hundred. But that 2,000-year break, that 2,000-year dark age, fuck you, the Catholic Church. Jesus.
That's my point exactly, though. You went from a system of facts to a system of belief, and then you had a dark age. Once the system, granted, they had a lot of beliefs though as well. They did. So they
were polytheistic, absolutely, but it was never the reason for going to war. What they would do is they'd conquer somebody, they'd conquer a tribe or a country or whatever, and whatever their god was, they just embraced their god as part of everybody else's god, and you accept everybody's god. There was no reason to go to war about it.
Okay, overall though,
until
I think the 30 Years' War of Europe definitely killed more people than all of the Roman and Grecian wars in the ancient area.
Okay, I cannot dispute that. No, once Constantine made Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire, that was it. It was. It was to be bad.
Isn't that interesting that relatively shortly, when you look at the whole time span of Roman, was that after Christianity becomes the de facto religion, so to speak, Rome goes downhill within, let's see, when did he become? Let me check this out. I don't want to speak before I look this up.
He was like in late 200s, I think.
Okay, he died in 337 AD, and doesn't Rome officially crash very close to that time?
Rome, I think, officially crashes about 450 AD. I think that's not officially, but that's kind of the accepted. I mean, because there's not one particular day that Rome crashes; it crashes over time. And what
it says they were overran by a Germanic leader. Okay, in 476, yeah, 476. So pretty close to what you're saying. So in less than 100 years, they capitulate.
Well, they didn't capitulate. What happened was they let the Goths in, and what happened with the Goths was the Goths came in and they kind of assimilated. So it was an easy, I think the Huns were hunting the Goths, so they let the Goths in, and the Goths kind of just assimilated into Roman culture. And then the same thing happened with the Germans. The Huns were about to kill them all, so the Romans thought, okay, they'll let the Germans in, and the same thing will happen. They'll just integrate, right? So they let the Germans in, and it turns out that was a big mistake.
Of course it was. The Germans hated them.
And then they pretty much overtook everything, took over everything. I'm just becoming so fascinated with history. It's starting to consume me, because everything I hear, actually everything I've been listening to over the last 3 years in these hangouts, and the claims that are made by theists, You know, I know many scientists, and I've read history, and I know this, and, and all the facts that they put out of their ass. I'm starting to see it exactly for what it is. Once you know your history and you listen to their claims, theists, I think they're standing in a kind of a slow quicksand, and they're sinking. The whole system sinking slowly into the quicksand.
But that's where I wanted with traditional religion. Okay, I'm totally in agreement with you. Okay, people are leaving the traditional religion. Okay, however, type in good news club. The evangelicals, the so-called non-denominationalists, as we've talked about, have infiltrated our schools, our universities, etc. They have millions of dollars behind them, and like we looked at last time, a few weeks ago, they can utilize these facilities, the auditoriums, whatever it is, for free. They don't pay a thing. They can integrate these little youth group movements or whatever it is. You know, the whole Jesus camp thing, like the documentary. They can pull these people in that way, and they are doing that. I mean, Catholics don't do that to the extent that, you know, the Judaic tradition does not do that. But they are just these are the same people like Dinesh D'Souza, Sidney, who are distorting history and trying to claim that America was a Christian nation, and that they're only restoring America back to what it was, when in reality we never were a Christian nation, and they are propagandizing history to suit their own interests, just like Hitler did, just like Stalin did, just like Chairman Mao did, to suit their own needs. And they're on the rise. Their membership is going up, not down. They still make up a major constituency for the Republican Party. I mean, they pander to these religious, fundamentalist Christians, so-called Christians, and they go and these Christians go around claiming that Catholics aren't Christians, Lutherans aren't Christians, you know, but we are. You know, everyone else is going to hell except for us. So it's going nowhere. None of that goes anywhere because every branch now is claiming we're right and you're wrong. We're right. You know, it's like a 30 years war, only it's being done through words and intimidation and recruiting now instead of actual going out and stabbing people.
Right.
You know, it's happening through indoctrination as opposed to force.
Yep. Yep. And how gullible are people?
Incredibly gullible.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked to a few of them on here. One name comes to mind. If you're listening, Josh, feel free to pop in. These graduates of Liberty University that come on here and say stuff like it's unequivocal that Jesus rose from the dead. Like that's been proven. They come on here and state that they state it as a fact.
Yes, I know. I hate that.
Not as a belief, but a fact. So what they're trying to do, Sidney, is they're trying to come into our realm of facts.
Yes.
And they're trying to take the facts and say that our beliefs are the facts, and they're not. They're beliefs.
Right.
Just like Jim has tried to do with science.
Yeah.
So that's my little dissertation on that area. I want to explore that. We need to make a future hangout where that is the main topic, because that's a very open topic that can go on for quite a while if we have a nice little panel in the room.
Well, we have time to build up a panel. I've sent out invitations, and let me see.
I think Nadia is just this like giant vortexual black hole, and she's just sucking everything and anything in. You know, it's just we can't pull them out, Sidney.
No, you've got to understand one thing, Kevin. In science, Not, according to the rules of physics, Nadia will run out of fuel and she will disappear.
We
She's
pass
one,
here. We
yeah,
pass here.
she's one individual, whereas secular TV and the atheist community at large, as we are now starting to identify ourselves as, and now we're all starting to know each other. You know, we're all starting to recognize each other. And it's sure it's a slow process, of course. Nothing happens overnight, but we are a force for positivity. We're a force for good, however you define it, if you like. But we are a force for it. We are promoting the correct ideology. We promote equality and freedom, and we don't tolerate stupidity. We don't tolerate theism. We don't tolerate creationism. We don't tolerate anything like that that's in the public eye. There's no reason for it to be. If you're a theist, a creationist, if you're whatever you are, you just shut the fuck up and be it. That's my understanding of the way life should be.
I think if you want to talk about their irreconcilable ability to have these so-called beliefs, I think Roy is a poster child for that. Roy is the poster child for the Good News Club.
Roy is a very actually Roy's not a very Roy's a, it's a sad case with Roy in that he is look, the fact that he's delusional, we all know that all the Christians are delusional, especially all the fundies. They are delusional. But with Roy, I feel particularly sad for him because his delusion is eventually going to let him down, and he's going to be very, very, very disappointed. And that's going to be a sad ending for someone like Roy. Are you moving house? Are you packing?
No, that's my desk drawer. Oh. Yes, it's a very big desk. I think Roy's whole family moved and packed though, from what I heard. I don't know, but I don't want to get into that too much. But
what are you talking about? Roy's whole family.
Yeah, his whole family left him and packed their stuff and.
When?
Fairly recently, actually, in the past month or two.
His wife?
Yeah, the whole family.
No.
If you're married to somebody and they tell you that God is telling them to do this and do that, it might become a little overbearing after a while. I'm just taking a guess.
Holy shit, man! I had no idea. I thought his wife was like just as Christian as he is.
I think that's saying a lot, though, because he does claim that God personally talks to him.
I think his wife has realized that if that's the case, his wife has realized what a fucking that he's pretty much what's the right word? He's fooling himself to be nice. He simply is fooling himself.
The reality that I accept is that I'm organic. I'm like an apple that you put on the table and it sits for so long and it starts to wither and die, flower, whatever it is. I only wish that I could rejuvenate the way that a flower bulb does every spring. That is pretty awesome. Anyways, I can't do that, and nor could a fairy tale person in the book called the Bible. Mm-hmm. So I've fully accepted the fact that I've gotten hurt before. I've scraped myself. I've cut myself open big time. Gashes on my body, whatever it is. I've accepted 32 stitches. I've accepted the fact that I am just like that apple, very fragile. You drop me, I'm just gonna, or drop me like an egg, I'm gonna split open, I'm done for. I've accepted the fact that I'm gonna die. Now, I also accept the fact that science can develop amazing technologies, and hopefully they'll do something to expand our lives. But I doubt it. I doubt it'll happen in our lifetime. So I don't go out there though and have to pander to some sky daddy, some make believe fairy tale. It's like saying that I'm going to live my life by the Hansel and Gretel story for the Brothers Grimm. That's just preposterous. I want the facts. When I go in and see my doctor, I don't want my doctor to say that my life is in God's hands. I want to know the facts. And I don't know how many Christians go. Actually, there probably are quite a few. I would like to think that most Christians want to ask their doctor directly, how much time do I have, and get a real answer, and not be told it's in God's hands. They want the facts.
Right.
So I've accepted that, at best, the absolute best, I will have about 5 more decades left. Probably closer to only 3, though. That's nothing. It's nothing.
Who, your life?
Yeah, just the human average lifespan, roughly, give or take. By the time that I'm that old, the lifespan will have, gone up a little bit because of the technology. Right now, it's like 74 for males, I think.
Yeah, I think I've got 20 years left. I'm done then.
See, you're rationally considering that, and then once that happens, and let's say you're still alive, then you could think that you have another 10 years left, or 15, whatever. But at least you're rational enough to realize, by the actuarial sciences, the facts that matter, and the society you live in, and these factors and that factors, that is the median lifespan. You're able to consider that. We don't.
Yeah, I figure another 20 years left. And if I happen to surpass that and sort of carry on, I won't go more than 10 years after that. After 10 years after that 20 years, so 30 years, I'm done. I'm gone. Goodbye. For sure. 100%. No doubt about it.
I would be happy with living to be 120. Okay, as long as all my mental faculties are still there, as long as I can still walk. That's all that I would ask for. I don't have to be a marathon runner, but that's not going to happen, though. I mean, it just won't. I know my own family history and my own genetics. It's not possible.
Right. No, I've had one aunt live to 100. In fact, I had an aunt in England who lived to 100 and something. And she was kind of the same age as the Queen Mother, so they sent her the letter and everything.
The Queen Mum with the
she's dead as well, of course, now. But
yeah. I don't think the current Queen's going to be abdicating anytime soon either. I think she might be on there until she's 100 years old. No, at her rate.
Why? Okay, why wouldn't she step aside for her son, though? Why not?
Because she's a cold, vindictive cunt. Yes, Queen, if you're listening. Oh, yes, Queen Victoria, you're a cold, vindictive cunt.
That was Queen Victoria. She's probably not listening. Queen Elizabeth, on the other hand.
Queen Elizabeth.
There's a minute.
Yeah, we were talking about the Queen Mum earlier. I confused these things. Actually, Victoria was even before the Queen Mum. But anyways.
I think the Queen's mum was Elizabeth. I have no fucking idea what it is.
Yeah, they're both Elizabeth, I believe. So anyways, she's not going to abdicate. I mean, just the way that she treated Princess Diana. I mean, this queen was a total cunt slag bitch, okay? I mean, she's not going to step aside. She's very cold. And it's all about the provincialness of ruling and all this bullshit. I mean, she's not going to abdicate.
Okay, but look, her husband is ill. It's only a matter of time before she becomes ill. Her son is perfectly placed to step onto the throne. The age and everything is just perfect. So I think it's going to happen.
I think Charles is going to have a heart attack before he ever gets the chance to be queen, just like his father. So I don't think he's going to be around. I think she will
Did
be
his
on.
father have a heart attack already?
Yeah, yeah. His father is Prince Philip, and he has had heart issues and what have you. Granted, he's in his 90s, I guess, as well. But
All right. No, I figured that we're gonna see a King Charles. And then we'll see a King William.
who's rapidly going bald as we speak. Yeah.
I know. I saw a picture of it the other day. It was funny.
I mean, it's funny that you have all the money in the world and you still can't get a hair transplant. Yeah, I don't really get that one.
Why wouldn't you just want to go bald and shave the fucking head? Done. Hair transplants. I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, Prince Charles right now has more hair than his son does. It's pretty funny. But no, I mean that's my final take on it. I think the old cunt will stick it out until she's at least in her 90s. I mean, she okay. I'm going to concede she may abdicate, but it's not going to be for at least another 10 years if she does.
No, that's not true. She's got to be my mother at my mother's age, and my mother's got to be, sort of early 80s.
I could literally see her being there till she's 93. I mean, I could see that happening.
You don't think that her chambermaid is going to assassinate her one night?
No, no. It's not really that difficult to be queen, anyways. I mean, come on. I mean, she has people to do everything for her as it is, and it's not really a big imposition. And what exactly are they doing, anyways? She has the wave down very well. She does have the wave down quite good. I'll give her that.
The hell?
The biggest thing that gets me is their last name, Windsor. They're not even Windsors. They're German, for crying out loud. That's a funny thing to me. Can you still hear me, Sidney? Welcome back.
What did I pop out and come back in again?
No, you didn't pop out. Your camera froze for a second. It could be on my end, though.
Oh. No, because I lost my lower third. I thought, shit, that was weird. So it was me.
Is your front door ajar, or am I imagining things?
You're imagining things. That's my closet door is open.
But hold on a second. No. Is Mike Holiday in your closet, Sydney? I think I see Mike Holiday back there.
Mike Holiday. Hey, did he stick his head out there? Talking about Mike Holiday, let's get him in. Well, let's invite him.
I don't think he can get in because he's blocked me until he unblocked. He may have unblocked me. No, he may have unblocked me. No, send the link though. He may have unblocked me. Send the link. Because Kazoom blocked me in the same hangout and then unblocked me like 10 minutes later. So yeah, it happens. The nice thing about Mike is that he's always on a holiday. He's always on holiday.
Okay, I've invited 2 fundies. I'll invite a couple more. I'll invite all the fundies I can think of. That I can handle anyway. Well, he's not going to come. All right, let's try these guys. See what happens. Okay, Jeff. And oh, let's Soleil. I tell you what, guys, if you've got any questions out there, ask them in the YouTube because I didn't set up the Q&A.
How many viewers do we have?
2.
Two and counting.
But no one is commenting. And for some reason or other, I can't. Oh, yes, I can.
Hello.
Hello.
I saw this Google Hangout that got an invite to us, trying to figure out what it was.
We've been waiting for you, Justin.
Hello.
You are Justin from Stickcam, are you not?
Yep.
Yep. This guy is good at talking. You're from you were in Debate Faith, right?
Oh, yes. I was a moderator there. I had Legend, or I went under Legend Killer. Like that nickname. More out of wrestling than anything else.
You were a theist back then, right? Or atheist.
I first joined. Give me 1 second. I'm outside. Nice little dump truck coming. Those are loud. So how do I fix this thing where it mutes the mic?
What's broken?
Haha. I think I found it. I think there's a mic button I can use. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah.
No, I do miss Stickam. I will say that.
Justin, I don't know if I have you even in my circles. No, I don't.
I don't know. This is the one they gave me whenever I got a thing from, I guess. Let me see if I find it again.
Well, I just added you anyway, so.
Alright. I see. I got one from, what was it? Dangout.com?
Oh, on Facebook?
Yeah, it said, and that's the one how I got here. And I was using my phone, so that's how I was able to get there.
All right.
So what's the topic?
The topic was basically as you see the title of the hangout. Ask an atheist or two. So you can either be the questioner or the atheist that answers the question. So one of them, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What's your question? Let's have it.
Guess I'll take the atheist position.
Okay. All
Seems
right,
easier.
well,
Don't know, but it seems easier.
Yeah, it's way easier. Hell yeah. Hello, Tom.
Hello, mate. How are you doing?
We're doing good. We're waiting for you for your question.
Waiting for me?
Yeah. You have a question, or are you an answerer?
To be honest, Sidney, I joined the hangout because, yeah, this guy Mark, I thought Mark was in the hangout. So
Mark
I
is in the
joined
hangout.
because I thought Mark was in it. And the link was, I was on a hangout earlier with a guy from America. And it was the same hangout, so I just clicked on that link. So I don't even know how.
I see a Mark in the hangout right now.
I don't even know how I bumped into you, to be honest, Sidney, but nice to meet you, man.
Well, nice to meet you too. Welcome to my hangout. Welcome to Sidney
Thank
Winston's
you.
hangout. Basically, we're an atheist-friendly hangout.
Yeah.
I don't tolerate any Bible talk or any preaching. I don't consider the Bible as any source of credible evidence.
Sidney, to be honest with you, I mean, coming on these hangouts, I mean, I'm 38 and I never even knew what an atheist was. You know, yeah, I know. I had someone explain it to me a few months ago. You know, I didn't even know what it meant. I wasn't brought up, you know, no religion.
Well, tell me something. What do you think? What is an atheist? Tell me.
Well, it's a person who, it's a non-believer, isn't it? Someone who doesn't believe in God and they believe, you know, you believe in you know your own God, or you have whatever belief you want to have. You know, you're not restricted to, you know, you're not pinned down to a certain belief.
Well, actually, we don't have any beliefs at all. We just we're more of a non-believer than a believer.
Right.
I personally,
you'll know Down, right? Kev, Down.
You was here, yeah.
Yeah, that's who I was with earlier, Sidney. That's why I've ended up on this hangout.
Oh, he was here. He just left. He'll probably be back.
He's an atheist, isn't he?
That's correct.
Yeah.
And I can't speak for Kevin, but I can speak for myself.
Yeah.
And I say that God not only doesn't exist, or never has existed, and never will exist, but the God cannot exist because God is impossible. It's impossible. So that's my.
Yeah. See, I find it fascinating. I mean, like I say, I think my dad would be classed as an atheist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he said to me one day, I'm a non-believer, and I said, believe in what? You know, what are you on about? We've never had this like we're talking now, where we sat down man to man and talked about things. You know, I've never had that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never had no influence, like religious influence at all. So I don't know about religion at all, you know.
I'm not here to talk about religion at all.
Yeah, I've never, like I said, I never grew up around it, you know. It was never a subject.
Yeah, we've moved on from there.
But I would say this on the position I just heard.
I believe we have a soul, don't we?
No.
You know? No?
What is a soul?
There is no such thing. See, that's what I'm saying. All the stuff that's soul, spiritual, God, supernatural, transcendental, metaphysical, blah blah blah. All that stuff is just made up, man-made nonsense.
What do you not think there is a spirit world? Do you just think that we're just thrown out there?
There is no spirit world. No.
Right.
Right.
It's interesting, you know, to get different viewpoints. You know, it's good, man.
Well, it's not a viewpoint. I mean, a fact is not a viewpoint. Fact is a fact.
But how can it be proven, Sidney? You know?
Well,
I mean,
it doesn't have to be proven because it's just a concept, a man-made concept. You can go and prove man-made concepts that are irrational.
Yeah, I get that, like, I get that, and I think a lot of it. Sorry, Justin.
I would say this. It depends on. I agree with Sidney. I'm not here to preach anything or whatever. But if I get someone like Christian Hillbilly, I'm gonna use his book against him.
Yeah, but
because I know
if you let you get a word in edgewise.
And I think he's a nice guy, you know. He's a fellow, you know, he's a fellow man.
Very nice guy. I like him.
So, yeah, I like him. I met him last week, and I can't knock the guy, you know.
Well, the fact is, you know, despite the fact that he's like a real fundy Christian, he's still a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. He is. That came across, you know. I felt that from him, you know, that warmth.
Yeah, he's a bit genuine, except for even when he preaches, he's genuine, even though he's deluded.
Yeah, I think he's trying to help, you know, genuinely trying to help people, you know, Sidney. So
he's trying to be everybody's grandfather.
Yeah, type of thing. Yeah, you know, is that a bad thing? That he's a caring man, you know. I don't think it's a bad thing, is it?
No, not at all.
I mean, we can have different beliefs, can't we? We all have different beliefs, etc. I mean, what makes me a bit suspicious about everything, Sidney, right, is the fact that we grow up and it's like, if you gravitate towards the Bible, then you like get put in a certain box, you know, and it's like, oh, he's gone mad. He believes in God now, you know, he's gone mad, or he's one of them. And that's what makes me think, well, why are they persecuted so much, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That makes me think, I don't know, that makes me think, is there something more? Because if it's just a belief, right, then why should it cause so much hunky-dory, you know?
But the problem is that it's not just a belief with evangelicals. They want to claim it as a belief when they're cornered. But in all else aspects of, I mean, take Bible Belt, they want to put it in law. They want to put their belief into law.
I mean, having learnt about the Vatican, etc., and all that, wow, that's put me off religion for life, you know. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I just thought they were old men in robes, harmless old men in robes, and wow, what a shock that we're learning about them, you know. I wish I didn't learn it.
I've always had a natural intuition about those disgusting cunts.
Oh, God, it depressed me, you know, really, really affected me, like, in a negative way, just made me feel fucking horrible.
Gods are slippery things. So, I once held a salmon. It was slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Does
about
that mean the salmon was God?
And they wear them hats, don't they? They're called miters. Sorry, love.
well, somebody
Mitre,
said,
you know, it's like a fish. Hi, Lou.
hey, yeah,
Dig the beard, man.
Hey, I don't know any of you guys besides Lou. So I'm Sidney.
Yeah, I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. Let's see, who's Tom?
Mark's a good guy on the end. I'm Tom. Mark's on the end, on left. He's a good guy.
There's Mark, yeah. And Justin?
I've met you before, Sydney, in a hangout with Down.
What's,
out in the
what do
shed.
what's your name?
Oh.
Justin what?
Commonly known as Mark.
Justin. Oh,
I'm
okay.
Justin.
All right.
My name's actually Justin.
No, I thought it was like Justin something.
Timberlake.
Legend Killer
Just an
Justin from.
intellectual, or just an, whatever.
No, I used to go by Reverend Legend Killer Justin and Stickam.
Okay,
You remember that?
I'm not from.
Well, it was a play on the thing. We found a site where you could get something where you could say you're an ordained minister or whatever, and anybody could do it. And we found it, and me and a few others at that place did that. It was hilarious.
Okay.
But I live in Memphis, Tennessee, so it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. What's the environment like in Memphis, Tennessee? Oh my God.
Raining? Last week it was cold. Not compared to the north, or not the same as the north, but
Yeah.
I guess it's about 50 something out right now.
What time are you on, Sydney?
What time am I on? What?
Yeah.
What time do I have here now?
Yeah, we're about 8 p.m.
Oh,
Where-
it's just gone 1 p.m.
Right.
I'm
Afternoon.
on Vancouver, BC time.
Right. Cool, man. Yeah, so obviously, so like, you know, you don't mind Christian hillbilly, so you don't like sort of dislike people who, you know, have a particular belief. So that shows that, you know.
No, because you don't always talk to them only about the beliefs. You talk about other things as well.
Yeah, yeah. It shows you, you know, you're a decent fellow, you know.
Oh, thank you.
Next man would have like pulled him down, you know. Yeah, open-minded. Yeah. Next man would have pulled him down, you know, for his beliefs, etc. I don't like that.
I mean, I would stand that I think as an individual he has the right to believe whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
But to that point, after that, when you tell me I have to believe it, there's a different story.
Yeah, it's true.
No, once he starts preaching, then I actually shut him up. I don't want to listen to it. He knows it's crap.
Yeah, but does he, Sidney? You know, I think he genuinely believes, you know, what.
You know
Well,
what? He
that good
comes
old book
across
tells you.
as though he genuine believes, but when he's in those moments when he's on his own and he's thinking about things really seriously, and like reason kind of sinks into your brain. If you're a normal person, sanity sort of just happens. And I'm pretty sure that.
You know, I'm sure that book was just created to control us. You know, that's my take on it. You know, it seems like the ultimate control tool, doesn't it? The good old Bible. You know, don't steal our gold, or this figure will come down from clouds with a beard and get you. You know.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
I think it's been used as that. I don't know if that's exactly what it was meant for, but that's another story.
Yeah, I think it has been used for that, Justin, yeah. That's just my thoughts, like, you know, like I say, yeah, maybe a fictional story, yeah, true. You know, I'm out of my depth to even talk about religion and stuff. I ain't got a clue, like I said, so.
Well, that's the thing to do, is you talk about it so you can, learn about it, that you can sort of form opinions and stuff like that.
I have been, Sydney, you know, I like I say, I didn't even know what an atheist was, you know. I can tell you all about other things, you know, but I didn't even know what an atheist was. I've never sort of met many people who've like said, I'm an atheist, you know, or I'm this or I'm that, you know. It's people sort of keep, you know, people are private beings, aren't they? But when you come on a platform like this, obviously it's different. It's slightly different from sort of, you know, like meeting in a pub or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And I've learned a hell of a lot on these hangouts, you know, just from listening and good platform. Did you? Oh, Mark, that vid what we watched yesterday, brilliant, funny.
It's good,
you
wasn't
know?
it? It was really good.
Brilliant, well done, man.
I'm just I'm waiting for the police prosecutions to get back to me. I left a message with a James Gallagher, who's supposedly going to be the prosecutor next Tuesday, and
Right.
I just said, look, James, man, I don't want to waste your time, and I'm sure you don't want to waste mine. So could you just please show me a signed sworn affidavit from the man that's supposedly making the charge? Because I believe I'm supposed to have a charging document, a statement of facts, and a signed sworn affidavit from the man who's making, you know, from the witness. So
Yes.
I've got the notice of hearing, I've got the statement of facts, which is full of shit, and I'm happy to rebut.
No signature.
I just don't have the affidavit of, no signed sworn affidavit, so is there a valid claim against me?
Yeah.
That's it. It's just what I'm wanting. If you can
It's going to
supply
be
that, we'll go.
interesting. It's going to be an interesting outcome, isn't it?
Well, I'm just being nice as pie. I'm not claiming this or that. I'm just using their rules and saying, according to your rules and Crown Prosecutions Act 2011, Section 186, you have to. I'm just pointing out
Well,
their
you're
rules to
very
them.
in your right, you know.
Got nothing to do with me or anything I want. I'm just making sure they stick to their rules while they're playing their game.
Well, it's him who acted
Yeah,
out.
details matter. Well, I think I might. I'll try to be back later. How long is this thing gonna be going?
Oh, as long as it's got energy, as long as it's you know, not too boring. If it gets too boring for too long, then I'll just shut it down.
Alright, well, I'll try to join these more often if I get the invite.
Nice to meet you, Justin, man.
Yeah, add me to your circles, and you'll get the invite when I send them out.
Yeah, same, man.
Where's down? Is he popping back?
You know?
I don't know where down is. Let me go see what the fuck.
You were eating earlier, great big.
So yeah,
Bowl
I'm
of three. What did dinner called in America?
Hmm?
You doing what, Matt?
I said I'm looking forward to it all. It's like waiting for a good game on television, you know. I'm looking.
It's him who's acted, you know, out of order, not you, you know.
Exactly. But this is just to do with it.
I guess we're going to have a glimpse into how corrupt they really are, aren't we, you know?
Yeah, well, that's right.
It's showing the true colours.
Yeah. Point is, I'm giving them every opportunity to you know, just to give me what I need, and they're just giving me,
because he's a liar.
the whole time they speak to me, and they're just giving themselves more rope to hang themselves, really.
Every time they say the word God, I say, aha! You have to say alleged God, because...
Well, God, do they mean government? You know, governing over dominion? Is that what GOD stands for? I mean, we're all self-governed.
Alright, I added you, Sidney, to my circles.
Sweet, thank you.
So I'll try to keep up. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, take care.
Mate.
Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
You know, I've spent a lot of time learning words, mate. I mean, I'm a bit of a word geek. I like to know exactly what words mean and in what language that they're talking. So
It's
they're
good
gonna
to
try
have in your arsenal, mate, isn't it? You know, like bullets.
yeah, Yeah, well, you heard that registrar yesterday. I mean, she's the actual registrar of the North Shore District Court, and she got
You were
everything,
lucky.
mate. She was brilliant.
I know. You were lucky you got someone like her. I don't know if Sydney knows what we're on about, like, but it'd be cool. This guy chases the policeman, Sydney.
Who? What?
Oh, I
This
chased the
guy,
cops.
he chased the
cop?
policeman. Yeah.
When?
I'll
They
let
run
Mark explain it to you, man. It's
They
funny.
don't like my questions. I'm just asking simple questions, and they just don't like them. They run away at every turn. And
Run over his foot and drove off.
Okay, let's get
Chased
some
him in car.
let's get some details. Okay,
He'll
so
show you the video. It's funny, mate. Proper funny.
you wake up in the morning. Okay, let's hear. You woke up in the morning and you thought it was going to be a regular day.
That's it.
And then,
I dropped off the kids at school. I went to the
Yes.
chemist, got my wife's prescription medication. And I
uh
was trotting home, going from point A to point B in my private property, not operating under any license as a person in any society. Just a man on earth going from one point to another. And then all of a sudden, these flashing lights showed up in the back of my fucking window. Of course, you know, I didn't know if it was to do with me or not, so I wound down the window and waved the prick past, and he just wouldn't go by. And then he turned on these sirens, you know. So I pull over straight away, and the guy says, "Can you move over to the other side of the road?" Because of course, where he'd chosen to try and stop me was at a really dangerous spot. So I thought I'd make him look like an idiot before I pulled into a safe place. So then I pulled into the safe place, and then he comes up and tells me that there's some law that he believes I'd broken. And then I said, "Is that a law or is that a rule?" And then he goes, "Oh, well, it's a rule." I says, "So is that, you know, is that a legislative rule of society or is that a law?" And he's going, "We'll talk about this in a minute." I'm going, "I'll talk about this now, thanks. I want to clarify this now." He goes, "I'm not going to argue." I said, "Well, argue to me means clarify. Argue means clarify, make transparent, crystal fucking clear. So let's argue further. What do you mean?" He says, "You have your license. Who the fuck is this you character? Do you believe I'm you?" Because I know I'm just me, myself, and I. I'm just a man, mate. Like you, equal, you know. Equality before the law is mandatory and paramount, is it not? Isn't that a maxim of yours? So therefore, if we're equal, where the fuck do you derive your authority over I am man? Do you believe you have authority over I am man? Neil Winterbottom? Constable? "Yes, I do," he says. "Oh, fucking really? You believe you've got authority over I am man? I want to see your superior. Right fucking now. Get him here." "I don't need to get him here. I know what I'm doing," he says. Goes and writes his ticket, sticks it under my wiper blade. I take it out of my wiper blade, chase him back to his car and stick it under his wiper blade. He rolls onto my foot, backs off after I tell him to get the fuck off my foot with his car, and then he flees after causing an injury. I give chase, but he ran away.
Brilliant red light on his car. Come here, you fucker.
And this is all because 2 months prior, in 2 months prior in September, that motherfucker pulled me over when I was getting my fish and chips at 10 to 7 at night, taking them home to feed my family, and that prick decided to pull me over 50 metres from a 100k change of speed area and click me for doing 67 in a 50 area. 50 fucking metres from a 100k area.
that guy's a bit
Not
asshole.
cool.
What an
Not
asshole.
cool. All right, so he gives me that ticket, and of course, you know, he was asking, he was requesting. He never required fuck all, but he requested me to produce a driver's license. And I said, "Well, you know, asked me for my last name. I mean, I don't have a last name. Mum gave me a first name. I'm of a family, but I don't have a last name." And I was asking him, "Do you believe I'm a person? If so, which fucking type? The legal, natural, body corporate, unincorporated body? You know, which fucking type of person do you believe I am?" Because to me, a person's just an individual within a given society. And if you believe I'm a man that's within a given society, what fucking proof do you have of that? Because as far as I know, my natural person or legal person are not registered as a voter or elected within any given society, such as New Zealand. I'm not a member of your New Zealand Law Society, which is your legal profession. I don't understand a bean of your legal customs, legal terms, legalese, or any of your fucking legal customs whatsoever. I'm just a man. Can you speak fucking English?
Can't you, Sydney, this copper, wow, you can imagine how wound up this copper must have been.
He was going, produce your driver's license. I says, do you believe I'm you? Because my first question to any man that's standing on the side of the road in a high-vis suit that thinks he's got authority over me is, who are you? Because you is a plural. And I want to know who this you character is first and foremost. So he identified you as being Constable Neil Winterbottom. Then he starts telling me all these rules that you're not allowed to do. What the fuck does that have to do with me? Nothing. I didn't hand over a driver's license. I didn't create a rejoinder in equity between myself and any person created by any fucking government or state. I'm just a man.
Yeah.
And he's trespassing upon my right to do whatever the fuck I wish, so long as I don't harm, loss or fraud to any other man.
Right.
That's it. I haven't broken no law. And if he's talking about a legislative rule of society, then he better get a translator. He couldn't tell me the difference between legal and lawful. He told me I didn't have the right to remain silent. Is that fucking right? You know, this guy has done everything on videotape, so I'm just going to hang him. You know, I'm going to...
So this guy's pulled you over twice at least?
Yeah, once in September. And of course, you know, he gave me 3 orders in the end, because I said, is that a request or an order? And he says, well, it's a request. And I says, well, it's my understanding that a request can be declined. I didn't say no. I was just asking more questions. Always just asking questions. And he's going, well, you know, in the end, I just said, you want my last name? Is that an order? And he goes, yes. Oh, okay, happily. I'm happy to do anything you order me to do at any time, because I'm going to charge you for any order you give me, as it's my right to. So he gave me 3 orders. He wanted the legal person's last name, he wanted the legal person's address, and I think he asked me to wait for 125 seconds at $1 a second. So $225 is his invoice. Send that off to him. He ignores it. So 2 months later, he pulls me over. He says on his statement of facts that is supposedly going to be admissible as evidence in this court that that he pulled me over because he believed I was doing 50 plus going past him opposite a school at 20 to 9 in the morning when there's over 650 students getting dropped off with over 50 cars in a very narrow road. I've spoken to quite a few parents that drop off their kids there. None of them would even think of getting past that school at 50k an hour during that time of day. It's impossible to do. But apart from that, my dash cam has got me going past him at 35k an hour following another car. So where was I gunning past him at 50 plus for him to have...
Oh, and he doesn't know that.
So he doesn't know that. He doesn't know I've got that footage. He's fucked himself. So I can prove with video evidence that I was doing perfectly below the speed limit. He's fucked himself. So now, of course, all of this is on because I requested the officer in charge to produce any and all documents in relation to the matter. So he sends me all the certifications and all the documents and all the wahoos and a 3-page statement from him that isn't signed, that isn't witnessed, isn't sworn. So therefore, there's no case. There's no valid case in my book. So all I'm doing is just calling up the police prosecution and asking them for a copy of the signed sworn affidavit. And if they can't produce that, there's no case. Seems simple, eh? Just their rules.
But then you just can't just sue them.
Yeah, well, this is to do with them bringing a charge of speeding and not producing the driver's license when required. They're saying that they required me to produce a driver's license to an enforcement officer. Well, that's incorrect because, as far as I know, there was only a constable there that day. He identified himself as constable. No one identified themselves as an enforcement officer. And over the 8 or 9 times that he asked, wondered, and requested for me to produce a driver's license, he never required me to do it once. All on tape.
Oh, great.
Are you in Australia?
New Zealand. I'm on New Zealand.
New Zealand, okay, yeah. Very similar accent. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you. Probably constable fuck themselves.
I mean, he's to uphold the law and create no breaches of the peace, right? That's what a constable's supposed to fucking do. I didn't do none of them.
The other day, the cops knocked on my door, and my daughter answered it. And she said the stupidest thing you can ever say. And she's a smart kid. She said, "Come on in." I'm like, fucking thanks, man. All right, 101. Okay, cop answering the door 101. First of all, don't answer it. Unless it's an actual emergency. Rule number 2, never say come on in. Christina, never say come on in when a cop's knock on the door again.
Well, you step outside, you close the door behind you, and you say, yes, how can I help you?
Don't even step outside.
Oh, no, they could arrest you right there and then, couldn't they?
Just ring up the cops and got a strange man on the other side of your door who's trespassing on private property. Get rid of him.
No, not only that.
He's the one with the gun, so I have a modicum of respect for that.
Right, unless they want to start shooting through the door randomly. Fucking, the first rule, if you follow rule number 1, you never have this problem.
You know, this is what we're gonna do. This is worldwide now, okay? Anytime a cop comes to your door and there's no reason, no emergency, no nothing, whoever answers the door has to take a vow of suicide by cop. So what you do is you grab a knife and you run at the cops. They shoot you, you're dead. Suicide by cop. It happens over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it'll be great.
Try to stab him while you're trying to steal his gun out of his holster.
You see that video clip that, what is it, Mike Blue here, I think, or it might have been, or one of the guys over there, he's showing how to try to get a gun out of a police holster. It's absolutely impossible unless they've got the release fucking thing. So for them to say that they gunned down that fucking homeless guy because he was reaching for the gun, it's not an excuse, because he was reaching like fuck on the thing. There's no way you can get those guns out of the holsters unless you have the release.
The fucking Yankees killed a 13-year-old a couple of weeks back because he held a rock up, a big rock. So they thought that was justifiable homicide. He held a rock up. And he was low IQ, kind of slow kid. A kid. Then they shot another kid a couple of weeks before that for that toy gun. Pardon?
They can't have a war on their own country, so they're just going to do that by population control that way, mate. Keep the numbers down by just keep shooting them.
Right,
I mean,
so
did you see the comparison clips between the English, how there's a guy with a machete and the English guys with the shields just all surround him and close them and kettle them in and control them that way? And then you've got the Australian ones where they all just surround him with non-lethal fucking force. And this is guys with guns and machetes and shit. And you'd along come the Americans and just gun the fucker down with 60 bullets. He's got
fuck, they've been carrying this gun around for the last 5 years. They haven't got to shoot anybody yet. Nice going.
Hey, Dan.
What happened? Sakes, man. How's it going, John?
Hey, Tom.
Yo,
How you doing? Mark and Mike.
how you doing, Kev?
Let's get some more.
Doing so.
Did you enjoy your dinner, mate?
It was quite scrumptious. What's the topic?
Did you eat all 3 dinner rolls?
Your dog helped me out with the rest. What's the topic?
The
Anything
topic
goes.
today is fucktardery.
If a cop comes down, that's I think
Well,
what we're
I
up to.
Speaking of
Number one.
fucktardery, hey Mark, speaking of fucktardery, what do you think of the 3 Los Angeles police officers that all 3 had to shoot an unarmed 115 pound homeless black man on the sidewalk in broad daylight, mind you, broad daylight.
When with this, Kev?
Well, I think they would probably get points for the amount of bullets they've used.
Yeah.
They'd probably get big ups for population control.
It's happening every day.
Do they
Talk
send
about
a bill to the victim's family for the bullets?
Yeah, it's just fucking disgusting, mate. I don't think there's any reason, unless a man is threatening to kill you and it's to save your own life, he's got no reason.
Sickening, isn't it?
You guys are British and well, British descent. These crazy Yanks, they'll fucking shoot anybody for anything just for fucking fun because they're itching to shoot something. You know? They gotta be doing something.
I mean, it's their training. They've been.
I won't even go to their country, and I'm fucking right next door. I'm a Canuck. I'm a Canadian. You might be able to tell by my accent, but I won't even fucking cross the border anymore. Fuck them.
It's crazy, Mike, isn't it?
Yeah. Fucking
Like
nuts.
you're saying, it's like they just want to fucking use the guns, you know what I mean? They just want to use the toys.
Right, it's like a toy. You're right, exactly, and they fucking never get to use it. But if they have the slightest reason, but that's slick, man.
Did you watch the murder of Kelly Thomas?
I've probably seen it somewhere along the line.
He's a homeless guy with a beard, like, and he'd had a run-in with this copper a few times, and then this copper puts these rubber gloves on and says, "See these fuckers?" Looking at his face, he said, "They're gonna fuck you up," you know. And they end up killing him on camera. Type in Kelly Thomas to YouTube, man. It made me cry.
And then none of them got fired. They probably all got promoted or moved to another department.
Yeah, nothing happened to him.
One of the things, one got kicked out of the force, and another one got compensation for the support that he had got from the public.
Is that what happened, Mark?
I think that's what had happened. One of them got compensation because he had suffered emotional distress from the public outcry. He got compensated on something.
I was crying watching that video. You've got a 40-year-old man crying for his dad, shouting, "Dad, please, they're killing me." And do you know what? Do you know what pissed me off, Mark? One of the coppers, right? When he's dead, one of the policemen say, "Oh no, he's shit," he said. Fuck, you fucking bastards, man.
So they literally kicked the shit out of him, like literally.
YouTube it, Mike.
They did him.
Please, Mike. Kelly Thomas.
I know the story. I know the story. I'm close to this stuff. I read it in newspaper all the time.
It's fucking unbelievable, you know. I was crying at it, man. I thought, wow. More police officers pull up, and you think, oh, he's going to get some help now. And they all start tasering him.
You know what I don't like about Britain, though? All those fucking cameras going around everywhere. These fucking cameras. Oh, circuit television that you have everywhere. You can't fart without being recorded.
The most filmed people on planet Earth, bro.
Fucking nosiest people.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to take a camera into the courts or anything like that, even though it's a public building.
When I'm talking to government people, I pull the same thing that they pull on me, and I take out my cell phone, and I put it on the table, and I'm saying, this call will be recorded for quality assurance. What that pisses them off.
I do a film like where I go to a court round our way and start filming outside the court, and then I try and go inside the court. You'll have to watch it, it's funny. It's a funny video. The security guard ends up trying to twist me up. Because I try and cover it and say, "Come on, smile for camera."
Sorry, Mike, I had to mute you so to stop the echo that was happening.
I think it's still echoing a bit, isn't it? No.
No, it was Mike's. Mike.
Alright, hold on.
Yeah, alright, everybody. All's in the room.
Hey, up, Green up.
Hey, how are you, Roy?
5 at door this morning, bud.
You alright?
Yes, I'm mate. Fucking, I videoed it out, but there's a problem with fucking codecs and I can't get it onto fucking YouTube with sound, so I'm going to have to sort it out weekend. But watch this space.
Why? What's happened, Green up?
Can you download a codec?
What's happened?
All over that Court Bailiff video. The being arrested this morning, I produced some documents. I produced a liability form for £45,000 that I requested him to sign, and they basically walked away with it.
Well, you got it on film. Are you going to be uploading it like Green Hat?
Oh yeah, I've tried twice today, but fucking hell. Billy sent me a camera. Excellent that, but for some reason there's no sound when you upload it to YouTube, so I think I'm going to have to get a converter or something for audio, YouTube converter or something, but I've no laptop to do it with, so I'm going to have to wait all weekend.
Huh?
How would have a signal, eh?
Are we in the bedroom?
They won't dare coming here, mate. I told them, Castle Doctor, I've got a right to protect my fucking family and property. I says, if you get in here, mate, you're going to get a fucking good hiding.
Yeah, Mike, it's good to meet you, man. If you want to add me on your friends or whatever, I mean, we can link up, you know, any time, man, you know. Be good to link up.
Well, I know Down. That's how I know this hangout.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I've just been starting to meet everybody else, but is my echo gone?
Yeah. Good now.
Alright.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking Google sucks sometimes. I think it's Google. It's not me. They're just trying to piss me off. They bought one of my favorite websites and shut it down. They bought it just to shut it down, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? That was one of my favorite websites. It wasn't anything great. I just watched some streaming TV on it, but fucking assholes. They're getting out of hand. They're getting too big for their own britches.
Oh, it's all this censoring now coming into play, innit? You know what's happening?
Yeah, it's eventually just going to grow too big for its own britches. It's going to end up being like the Ouroboros, mate, eating its own fucking tail into nothing.
Yeah. I think as the consuming public, we need to keep them under control. Except, I don't know.
Exactly.
It's like an out of control herd of fucking elephants.
Yeah.
You know, real hard to stop now. Richest man in the world this year? Anybody know this yet?
Bill Gates.
Yeah, again. He used to be Warren Buffett, right? Warren Buffett, that investment banker, that Jew out of New York.
All right.
Guy's loaded.
Well,
He's still
would.
number 3. I mean, being the 3rd richest man in the world is not that bad. That's still pretty good.
That's scary, man.
These people
when
are...
say he wants to give a gift to the world, we all know what that gift is.
Right. The gift of a dick in your ass.
Well, them vaccinations, you know, we know what he means by gift.
Yeah.
I tried explaining to my parents that, you know, that he's a Satanist and gift means death. And my dad sort of took piss at me and said, oh, so you're trying to say when he says gift, it means death? And I says, yeah. He says, you're off your head, you.
Gift of death.
I said, all right then. I said, you'll see, you'll find out one day. You'll see. You know? Thinks I'm crazy. Stop going on that laptop, son. You know, it's bad for you. Stop learning. That's what my mum said. Stop learning.
I don't know about you guys, but if I had $1 billion and I already had this in total, like, disposable cash, I'd probably quit working and just fucking do whatever the fuck I wanted other than work.
Yeah, I'd want to help people, mate, if I could, Mike. You know, if I were in a position to do that.
Hi,
You know?
guys. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Guys,
Hi.
Nice to feed a few people, mate. You know, and clothe them and shit. That'd make me feel wealthy, you know.
$1 billion, you won't run out of cash. You could basically spend it night and day, unless you're buying $1 billion shit, like, I don't know, fucking oil plants or something. I don't
You're gonna struggle at the dollar store, bro, aren't you?
Fuck no.
What?
I bet you he does go to the dollar store though, so he could just save a
Darwin, Darwin, this is a picture for my grandfather. This the photo, and your profile. This for my grandfather.
I think you're not well, mate.
When you get this photo?
I think you're poorly.
I agree with you, Tom.
Yes, this photo for my grandfather.
Oh, you're saying Down's
So
picture
Down's
is your
photo is the one of your granddad, is it? Way to go, Down!
Oh, he's saying that Down's picture looks like his grandfather.
Oh, sorry. Got you, mate. Sorry. I thought it was time for medication.
You got it from your grandmother. That's where Down got it from.
Oh,
Where are you from over there, Kazam?
Kazam.
I think he's in Iraq.
Where did you come from?
Mother.
Really?
You're in Iraq, right, Kazem?
Wow.
No?
What a terrible place to live. But anyways, good luck over there.
Kazem, are you in Iraq? What country
Yes.
is Kazem?
Hello. Yes, I'm here. But I'm sorry, the voice not clear with me because the internet today very bad.
It's okay.
Somebody blew up the internet again?
It's okay. We can hear you, man.
You're from
Yes,
Basra.
I
From
think
Basra, right?
I think today we are live.
Do you think you'll ever get your opium and oil back? You know?
But he lives in Basra, so he's surrounded by oil, I think.
Yeah.
Right, Kazem?
They've nicked it off.
Guys,
haven't
I will come back about in a quarter because now the line is bad. Perhaps after in a quarter I will see. Perhaps the internet it will good. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Take care, mate.
Would you
Okay,
say
thank
goat?
you.
Did you say goat? Oh my God, you're adding to the stereotype, dude. You got a camel too, or just a goat? Are you one of the poor guys?
He's a regular. Kazem, he's a regular.
I thought it was being funny at first, you know?
No, he's a regular from Iraq.
Oh,
From Basra, which is right in the very south, so away
He's
from
not one of the terrorist ones. He's just a regular everyday.
No, it's away from all the shit.
you don't meet me. I don't meet many from them parts, you know? It'd be interesting to have a chat with.
Let's hang around. You should hang out with me.
They're very gentle people as a whole.
Yeah, individually, for the most part, they've been great.
I think the Indians are the Indians are the gentlest part of that population, the most understanding and probably the smartest. The Indians. We have a lot of Indian doctors over here, Indian professionals. The Indians understand more. They're much calmer people.
Yeah.
They don't have
more tolerant.
And over here in New Zealand, they're mainly just super dairy owners. How the fuck does that work?
I don't know.
I had a lad who lived next door, and he was from Iran. And he said the elders in Iran, they all smoke opium. They all smoke opium. You know, when they would start knocking on to the 50s, 60s or whatever, they just sit smoking opium.
Good. Yeah,
That's normal.
I see it on TV.
Chilled, I think.
National Geographic. They call them like our Indians. They call it a peace pipe, but really it's some sort of drug. It's kind of a similar thing.
Opium.
Chasing the dragons, what they're doing.
More or less, yeah.
They want to.
Farm, innit? But he said, that's normal for them. You know, that's what they do.
It's their custom. It's part of their culture to do that.
Yeah.
Just as the Hopi Indians, they have whatever those herbs are to go and spirit traveling or whatever they do. You know, it's just part of the individual culture.
Mushrooms, etc. Yeah, cacti and.
Yeah.
What about DMT, Sydney? Have you done any research on DMT or?
No.
No? Have you never heard of DMT?
The drug?
Well, it's actually it's the chemical that makes you dream.
Oh, I've just heard of it as a street drug.
Well, you know, it's in our brains, so it's in plants, it's in animals, it's in our brains. So, but like anything else, man comes along, you know, and then extracts it and then it can become a smokable form or put into a drink and can be drunk. Ayahuasca.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, ayahuasca. Yeah, it's what the shaman Indians, you know, it's what they drink. They make a brew out
I've
of
heard of
the
ayahuasca.
Yeah, it lasts. Ayahuasca, it's supposed to last 6 to 10 hours. The trip, but when you smoke DMT, it's a 10-minute high. You know.
I took somebody told me this is produced by your body as well in a natural way.
Yes.
But you could also, it's called melatonin. Anybody ever taken that?
I have.
I've taken it once. It shut my dick down for a week and a half. I was like, I'm never touching that shit again. I swear my dick's still a little bit broken. I'm never touching it.
Still a bit broke.
True story, guys. True story.
I didn't want that picture in my fucking head.
How many milligrams did you take at one time?
I just took like 1 or 2 just before bed.
No, but how potent were the pills? What was the dosage?
Oh fuck, I don't know. I didn't read that first.
What were they called again?
Melatonin.
How long ago was that, Mike?
Melatonin, otherwise known as dick breakers.
Before was it before regulation?
Pardon?
Before regulation?
No, I don't think there's any regulation. I can get codeine over the counter. Right?
No, they used to be non-regulated because they didn't, and then they banned them, and then they figured out what the dosage are supposed to be, and then they brought them back on the market.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I got them from a friend. They just gave me a handful.
Okay, so if you were like me and you took it and you bought a bottle, say of melatonin prior to the ban, you'd get tablets of like 1,000 milligrams or whatever, and you take one of those. But then they banned them, and then you couldn't get them anymore. And then when they resurfaced, after having done research, I guess, they came out regulated with pills that were 300 or 400 milligrams. You know, so the 1,000 milligrams that we were taking before regulation was fucked up.
Yeah, it was way too much. Like fucking, this is regulated stuff.
This is why.
I didn't like it. I won't take it again.
I used to take it to sleep.
What do you like?
It helps you sleep.
It does help you sleep like a rock, but your dick's broken for a week and a half. That's the problem. It's a side effect that they don't write on the bottle either.
Huh.
Side effects.
Share that with
Dick breaking.
Yeah. May break your penis. Warning.
Makes your dick go to sleep. Fucking, it sleeps well.
They make third eye lethargic.
Yeah, then you need to buy Viagra's.
If
They're
you
not
did
that.
go to sleep, what did you pee
You gotta
through?
counteract it with another pill. Yeah, and then you end up like my grandmother, and you're on like 85 fucking pills. Each one's fucking fixing the other.
Rattle when you walk.
It's true too. When she died, she had a hockey bag, which you guys might use for football or some sort of sport where you need a lot of equipment. And she filled one of those with fucking pills that she would
Medication.
fucking full. Then my mother's a bit of a moron, so you know what she does with them? I love my mother, but this wasn't
She
the bright.
flushes them.
You never give them back.
No, she poured them all in the fucking toilet and and flushed them down into the lake.
Ah, that must have
Some
been.
heavy fucking fish down there, mate.
Oh.
There's be some stone dead fucking fish going on. You want to go throw a fishing pole over there?
Yeah.
It's gonna be high as a kite.
Yeah,
Do you know, Mike? Do you know the third lead cause of death?
What?
Pharmaceutical drugs.
I bet you it is too.
Yeah, the third lead cause of death.
One
Our
of those three.
local friendly chemist stores.
Yeah, you're like, hey doc, I got a sore knee, and they're like, here's a pill. Then you
Yeah.
hey doc, this sore knee pill is giving me a sore fucking neck.
There's a pill.
Hey doc, fucking I got a sore neck now and a sore knee. I got a little bit of a headache. Oh, I'll take this one. Nice
Yeah.
thing, you know.
Hey Doc, I'm feeling really depressed about all the pills I'm taking. Oh, here's the pill.
You fucking shame on an aid station for the fucking amount of pills you're popping every day.
Yeah. Here's something to put in your stomach just so it doesn't eat a hole in your gut because of the amount of pain.
Yeah, that's a different pill.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? Taking meds on empty stomachs and that, you don't realise, you know, your body's not. It's not designed for that, is it?
Depends on the pill, apparently. I don't fucking know. That's why I don't take them. I don't trust none of this shit.
No.
It's a vicious circle. It's a first wheel you get on, you never get off.
Well, I've watched like grandparents get on medication and then they don't even know their own name, and I'm like, that's not right, you know. Within months they start going downhill and they're getting Alzheimer's and stuff, and it's like, well, they were all right before them pills. Seem to bring on stuff, you know, really quick, and they went downhill really quick. Never took meds all their life, but my nanny, she always used to say, like, take an aspirin every day and it thins your blood. And she died young.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to thin your blood.
It's full of salt as well, aspirin. Bless her, she was young, like.
Michael, I got a job for you tonight. That's my son. I'm Mike, he's Michael. Holy fuck there, Sid. I think you had enough to eat. Lay it off, man. You had enough there. You're starting to get a belly.
Come on, you never eat, so I gotta eat for you.
No, I'm ready. I eat. I got vitamin B1 and vitamin B6 right in my hand. Right. It's like grilled cheese.
Yeah, but you never eat anything that needs more than a spoon or a straw.
That's true. Eventually, that'll be the absolute truth. But I don't like to eat heavy. I'm a small eater in little bits. I don't like to make a big plate of food and sit down and eat. Nah. I usually use the small plate.
I don't know about. I'm not that disciplined.
I'm not trying to be on a diet either. It's just the only way I can eat. I don't have a very big stomach. I'm not a big person.
How many times do you eat a day?
Me?
Stomach will be that small, you'll only be used to that size meal. If you try and eat a big meal, you'll fuck yourself over.
I have big meals. I only have 2 meals a day, though. I don't snack.
I have little meals, but I generally eat 2 to 3 times.
Your stomach can shrink, can't it? You know, and then you don't feel hungry, and you don't, you know. I go through.
You know what? I've tried. I've tried once or twice having a cup of hot water. Drink that like you drink tea. And
Yeah.
it takes away your hunger pains if you've got hunger pains. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, just a cup of tea.
The hot
Well,
water.
a cup of tea, or really it was just a cup of hot water.
Yeah. It takes the pains away.
Yeah.
I'm not Ethiopian, so if I want something to eat, there's something in the cupboard over there. I just don't get that hungry that often. That's all.
At night you look Ethiopian.
Oh no, we have an Ethiopian here.
I dig the hat, Dexter. Cool, man.
Dexter.
Yeah, that should be a new nickname, Mike Dexter.
Hey, Mike, are the neighbors still, Mike, the neighbors still fucking with you?
They know better. No, I think I pretty much got him under control. But who the fuck knows? That's yet to be seen. I guess that would be the best answer.
Yeah, man, I would not want to live in a complex with a family. That would not be fun.
Especially when you got these big fucking fat lazy fucking single fucking moms on a fucking welfare that fucking got nothing better to fucking do but put their ear to your door. Eh. And of course, there's a guy over here that I don't mind people playing bass music, but there's a guy here who consistently, right next to me, that fucking loves bass music. You know what that means? Fucking comes right through the walls, through the floors. Fucking, do I call the cops on him? Nah, fuck the trees. I look at the time and I go, oh, it ain't 3 in the morning or nothing like that. As long as it ain't waking my kids up, I'm awake anyway. I can just turn my shit up a bit. But you get some people around here that fucking dive all over it. I had a kid actually physically die once. No, she was revived. She's not dead. She's not dead at the moment. But she physically died.
You had a Jesus moment.
Yeah. It took the cops though, like 25 minutes to show up. 25 minutes for the ambulance to show up, and then when I opened the door to welcome them in to give me a hand with the CPR thing, we're not that experienced at it. And then they sent like 9 cops in first, all fucking guns unclipped, ready to fucking go, safety off. And I'm like, where the fuck's the ambulance, you fucking idiots? Call an ambulance, not a fucking SWAT team. Assholes. And then afterwards, they accused me of doing it. And you know what it was? It was, to be quite honest, it was an asthma attack. My kid had an asthma attack, and it was very severe. And she needed immediate supplemental oxygen and all that shit that they got for emergency rescue situations. And what did they say? They sent a fucking SWAT team.
They never sent an ambulance?
Oh, yeah, they sent the ambulance, but first the cops surrounded my house and fucking came in with guns because they thought I killed her.
What about the black guy who phoned, he was having an heart attack in America and he phoned for an ambulance, and like you said, the police got there first. There were 2 white cops, they didn't know they were being filmed, and they start tasering him and laughing at him, calling him a nigger and this and that, and unbelievable.
No.
Yes, while he was having a fucking heart attack, Sidney, you know,
I don't
laughing
believe
at
that.
him.
I believe in humanity more than I believe that story.
They were filmed. They're on film doing it, Sidney.
Wow.
Yeah. Horrible fucking bastards, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know what? They're not all like that, but there's that bad handful. It's like any business,
No,
right?
I know, Mike. I know. I'm not saying they are, but I mean, to do that, I mean, wow, 2 people to get together and do that, you know, it's like, that's fucking vicious, man.
I wonder how many times these 2 idiots have done this before.
Exactly, you know, fucking hell. They're patrolling the streets, keeping them safe, quote.
Right. Good job. Good job, fellas. And then you get a pat in the back and a fucking pink slip.
No wonder I'm a fucking recluse.
A pink slip in Canada means you're
Do you think there's ever going to be in the United States an organization of vigilante cop killers?
I think there already is, but I don't think they'll be organized, because I think that most people, for the most part, don't think you should kill cops, because most of them are good family men. It's just a handful of assholes that make it look bad for everybody. It's like my business. I'm a tile center in construction. There's a handful of assholes where I see posts where people go, this fucking idiot did this tile job and he called himself a tile center, right? And then so he's part of the 10% of fucking idiots. Whereas when I do my jobs, people are happy. I got a reference. I can move on. I can build my name, you know? But
Right.
these guys, I mean, they're the 10% of assholes. But the thing is it's different than policing, of course, in the sense where these idiots charge bottom line. They hire the cheapest dude. Never hire the cheapest guy. Bad idea. You're
Pay
getting
peanuts.
Hey.
Pay peanuts, you get me? That's how it works.
Well, you get what you pay for. That's the the common saying around here.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't mind learning tiling.
You know, there's always work, isn't there? You know,
Nah, fuck, I haven't worked in fucking month.
yeah, yeah.
Nah, fuck all work. Well, I'm in Canada, right? So this is like the North Pole. So there's not a lot of time on to do in the first place. But there is quite a bit going on. It's just that everybody shuts it down for basically December. It starts to taper off. January it's too fucking cold, and they do a terrible job of looking after the roads. And then February, well, they did even a worse job of looking after the roads. They even shut the grocery store. They shut the fucking government-run liquor store down. Couldn't even get beer that day. I was fucking losing it.
Maybe they're just doing it on purpose, you know. They're having fucking test runs, shutting everything down, you know, see what happens.
Yeah, well.
Dummy runs, you know. I was chatting with a guy from Venezuela, and he said, like, the whole where they were, all the internet had been switched off for about 4 or 5 days. You know, blackout.
Wow. Venezuela hasn't got like toilet paper and shit like that.
I know. He comes on these hangouts, like, and he was saying, I love England, you know, I've got a Union Jack, and I love England, and I said, he had like, you know, all England memorabilia, bless him, and I said, have you ever learnt about our Queen? He says, no. He says, very nice Queen, very nice Queen. I said, no. I said, do some research on her, and I gave him a few pointers. He's actually an English teacher in Venezuela. And he was shocked, you know. I started telling him about the truth about the Queen. He was like, geez, man, you know.
I know what you're saying about the Queen, but you know what I like about the Queen? Is it keeps little old ladies from bitching and complaining and a reason to buy a stupid hat and go to little fucking events that fucking make them feel like they're part of the royalty or something.
Did you know she was German, Mike?
Pardon?
Did you know she was German?
German?
Yes. She's not even British.
Oh, no. The British Queen is the one I was referring to.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. She's German. She's not even fucking British,
descent.
bro.
Oh, yeah, I know that she's of German descent, yes.
Oh, wow. Huh. You know?
I was going to say, I didn't know they had a German Queen, but they do have it.
Yeah, the same little old lady, bro, you're on about.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't totally. I think she has a purpose. She keeps the old ladies happy.
When you start looking into it all, Mike, it's a proper wake-up call. You know, I didn't know nothing about it all, man, until I started looking into it. Shocking, mate. Very shocking.
She's an evil old woman.
Yeah, proper satanic. You know, it's what they do. I'll tell you a good one, Mike. There's a guy called Rick Clay. He was from Australia. Unfortunately, he's dead now, and I think it was due to the fact that he exposed the 2012 Olympics. You know, the logo. The logo spelt the word Zion, and he exposed it. He was like one of the first ones to come out and tell us, sort of thing.
So they killed her? Didn't people already know?
Yeah. He does a 4-hour interview about the royal family, and he tells you all about them, and and they said he committed suicide, like.
Doesn't make logical sense, so to kill him.
He's only a young lad. If you watch some of his stuff, he was only in his 20s, I think. Really switched on guy, like, you know. But yeah, he'll give you a little insight into the royal family, Mike. It's shocking, man.
Yeah, I've seen the movie where I don't know, the Queen is in it. It was a big movie over here in America.
Which one?
But the one where the Queen is a bitch.
Yeah, called Princess. Yeah, I think I know what you're
It's called Diana. The story of Princess Diana's life. But the Queen's a serious fucking manipulative bitch in that.
Oh, aye.
But I mean, she's got to hold up the female habits, you know.
They all bow to the Pope, the Black Pope.
Uh-huh.
He's not black, he's white, but he's called the Black Pope.
Giorgio Adolfo Berglo, his name.
The current, not the current.
He's our Grand Commander. You know, he's not just an old man in a robe. He's the Grand Commander of the Zionists.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, that's deep water. I don't wanna be playing about with no fucking Vatican dudes, you know. But you know, we've got to have these conversations, and other people have got to start learning and fucking realizing who they are, man. You know. Or nothing's ever going to change.
You're going to ask me to not disrespect your beliefs, then you should respect mine as well.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Mike. I'm
not saying you are. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got the thickest skin on earth, man. Like,
yeah. Are you what? I don't know what religion are you, Mike?
Well, I worship beer and sometimes cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I like pot. I smoke pot. Good Canadian indoor pot.
Yeah.
Good. And I was brought up Catholic though, but I don't go to church or nothing.
I never knew anything about Catholicism or all like that, Mike. When I learned about the Vatican, etc., like I was saying to Sydney, it blew my mind. You know, it really blew my mind.
Well, it's a city of its own.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a lot more to it than just that, mate. You know.
Oh, for sure. But you know what? I don't know.
It seems boring, Mike. Don't you think? I don't want to learn about it. It's boring.
It made me go. I didn't fucking wake up one day and say, "Hey, Mom, can I go sit in this boring fucking shit for fucking an hour and a half every Sunday morning?" No, they said, "Get your ass out of bed. We're going to fucking church." And then
I think a lot of these churches, Mike, I think they don't realise that they're actually worshipping Satan, you sort of thing. We aren't knowing, you know, they've been infiltrated, a lot of these religions, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Christian stuff is pretty.
Yeah. They're doing opposite to what they think they're doing, you know.
I don't know. Then people are crazy too, right? And they're free to do.
Intelligent people, you know, these people, man.
They're free to do as they want, though, with their own life, right?
Yeah.
As long as they're not hurting anybody else. I mean, that's the way I would look at it.
Yeah, but they are hurting anybody else, you know, kids, especially kids, man.
If that was true, we would go to the you know what? If that was actually true, my statement there, as long as they're not hurting anybody else, we'd go to basically most of America and shoot about fucking 3/4 of women in the head if we didn't need to pie holes to put our penises in, because feminism was ruling America. People don't know. It's not religion. Religion costs a lot of money to fight. But feminism,
tax-free as well, isn't it? Religion's tax-free.
Enter America. What do you think about that, Sid? You got any thoughts on that, or you just ignore it?
I wasn't really following along. What were you talking about?
I said that religion causes a lot of wars, but feminism is ruining America.
Feminism is ruining America?
Yes.
I'm be honest with you, I'm unaware about feminism being anything anywhere at all. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I can't open up a newspaper without having a fucking some sort of female writing an article that whines about females not getting equal treatment.
I know, but I don't read newspapers, so I'm not coming across what I consider.
Yeah, you need to pay. Yeah, you do need to pay attention to media to get it. But you would see if you did, you would see.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
like there's an article I read a couple of weeks ago, and it said that women who do the exact same crime as a man receive harsher punishments. Is that not the biggest bullshit statement you ever heard?
Don't know.
What do you mean? There's no women here. We don't have to kiss their ass right now. We could say what we like.
A religion, tax-free. That's the thing, isn't it? It's the best thing. You know, what did the guy Ron Hubbard who said what is it called? Social. Fucking hell, I can't even say the word.
Sochi?
Where John Travolta and all them you know, all these stars are members of the sociology, whatever it's called, Scientology. Scientology.
That's
Ron Hubbard. He said, you know, what's the best way to make a business and you know, start a religion, tax-free, and that's what he did. You know, I was looking into something last night about Boston bombing, etc. And it shows you that it were in Family Guy, predictive programming in Family Guy, right? It shows you that they had prior knowledge of the Boston bombing, and it was like, wow, mind-blowing. Proper mind-blowing stuff, you know? All about the supposed guy who had his legs blown off, you know, and wow. How did anybody ever believe that shit, you know? Because of things like Family Guy and all this predictive programming before the event happened.
What do you mean? Predictive programming.
I'll post something in chat box, Sidney, what I watched yesterday. It's proper mind-blowing, mate. I'll show you it.
Tell us, just tell us.
Like they show you the event in cartoons, and so it gets us used to it, sort of thing, before it happens. You watch this vid, man, when you get time, or I'll post it in the chat.
I don't know if it's really made, but like Family Guy generally doesn't incite terrorist acts, right? But
That's the vid there, and I swear to God, there's once you click on that, there's a few more vids round it. Sorry, Mike, to interject.
No, that's fine.
And it's powerful stuff, man. Really powerful, you know. For fucking Jesus, we've been asleep, you know. We've been asleep for a long time.
It's only 20 minutes, I'll watch it later.
Yeah, really mind-blowing stuff.
Yes,
Hi,
please.
Christian.
Everybody.
I'll be back soon, me guys.
Okay.
I'll be back soon.
Cheerio.
Hey, give me a chance.
Hello, Jim.
Go for now. Oh, that didn't take very long. It takes a real quick piss. You said a bit. That was like a sack.
No, I thought another guy I thought Kev had put another link up, but it's brought me back to this hangout, so I don't know.
Kevin's in this hangout.
Oh, he's there, right? It's because he changed his picture.
There you go.
Okay. I was just gonna nip into his hangout and see what they were up to.
Well, this is
So that one.
This is what we're up to. The same thing you were up to.
Oh, that's what I wanted to chat about. They got this guy called Buman, a guy with a cowboy hat on, and he gets this guy, and he's an immigrant, right? And this immigrant helps the guy who's supposed to, right, he's called Carlos, I've got it here, Carlos Arredondo or something, right? Now, this so-called immigrant famously helped the guy who had his legs blown off apparently, etc., etc.
And what it's done is, it's like the US government give him a citizenship, you know, because he helped somebody at the bombing. And what it's done is, it's opening the door to immigration, and that's what this guy was. That's what it's all about. And it's clicked yesterday when I watched it. This is what it's all about. That's why they've put him on like a pedestal, if you like, and said, you know, he's a hero. He saved the guy who had his legs blown off, but it's all a big fucking lie. And he's supposed to be an immigrant, and now it's just opening the floodgates for loads of immigrants, you know, because they want immigrants round us so we can't all communicate and get together and be as, you know, be a strong community. It's done on purpose. Just, you know, split us all up so we're not all on the same page.
Is this in the UK?
No, this were for the Boston bombing. A guy, this Carlos guy, supposedly helped somebody who had their legs blown off. But the guy who had his legs blown off were an amputee, Sidney. His legs were already off. Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and this Carlos guy were meant to have been the hero that run up and saved him and all this, but it shows you video footage. He never did anything of the sort. He's a crisis actor.
But are you sure? Was his intent not to help the guy?
I swear on my little girl's life, this guy is a fraud. And it's the whole thing. When you watch that vid, mate, you'll see. You'll think, wow. And it's what it is to open the floodgates on immigration. You know, there's a bigger agenda to it all. You know, and it clicked last night.
Excuse me, but you might not know it, but the border between the United States and Mexico is pretty porous anyway. So to open the floodgates is kind of.
I don't know how else to word it, Sidney. I mean, like to sort of, you know, like I don't know, like make it seem okay about immigrants.
Yeah, but the floodgates are open already, so it's.
Yeah. You're right. They can come and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
that's the only way Jim can get new congregants.
I don't want illegals.
Why not? They're humans, aren't they?
No, if they want to come to this country, let them do so legally.
But if they are here and they want to come to you.
Recently got married to a foreigner, and they're doing everything by the numbers trying to get him his green card, and it's taken them forever. But other people can come in here illegally and get their green card? No, that ain't right.
I agree it's not right, but it's happening and it's not being stopped. The border is open. Open season on immigration. And I think that's pretty fucking pathetically hypocritical of your president. And I did say your president. Jim.
Well, he might be our president for the moment, but I didn't vote for him.
No. I don't think many did.
Well, everybody voted for him, but everybody who voted for him is kicking themselves in the ass. On the shins, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, he said he was going to give us change. That's all we got left. We ain't got no money. All we got is change.
You started off with a fortune. Now you got change. And you promised you change.
The American dream, because you have to be asleep to fucking, you know, to be in it. Wow.
I don't know. Some people in America do very, very well. Very well. And they don't seem to be able to have a problem doing well, and they can't help themselves but do very well. I don't understand.
Doing well as in monetary terms, Sidney.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And they just, go from success to success to success with no failure. And when they do fail, they just bump up.
How we doing, brother Jimmy? What's up, Christian Hillbilly? Sorry, go ahead. Oh, it bopped his head.
Why, howdy. How we doing today?
Oh, it's a fine 69 degrees.
Yeah, we got about 60 right here myself.
Oh, stop! Mate, don't make me look up the actual temperature here, too.
I know, I'm on about 4 degrees, guys. Fuck's sake.
You guys are crazy.
I mean, for Pete's sake.
Who's Pete?
I don't know, I don't like swearing when I'm in room with Christian.
Oh, fuck off, you don't like swearing.
He said he don't like cuss words, so I try not to use them.
I think Christian Hillbilly is converting Tom.
No, mate, I'm
Yes.
just trying to have respect for my fellow man, Kev, that's all. You know? There's no converting Tom. Tom's Tom, you know, I'm on the fence, I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I'm at my depth talking about religion, Kev, you know, I ain't got a clue.
We're at 46 today, is that good?
Not bad.
It's going to get up to 54.
It's better than 4 degrees, bro.
Yeah, well, your 4 is really our 8.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same, but it's the same measurement. It's cold. It's just cold.
Does it not get warm where you are, like Sydney? Is it not that part of America? Canada.
No, this is the moderate or the temperate part of America, of Canada, actually.
Right.
We are the.
Have they started legalising where you are then, Sydney, or with cannabis, or is it still?
No, it's legal.
It's legal now.
Well, you know, yeah.
What? So you can just sort of go to the chemist and buy some if you want to.
Yeah. That's the thing is, I've never been to one of these stores. I haven't been in and tried to buy any, so I don't know what the procedure is. So I can't tell you if it's legal. Like, you know, can I walk in and buy a packet of cigarettes, or can I buy a beer, or can I don't know that yet. I've never tried.
Oh. And when were it sort of announced that it was legalised?
But I see there's weed shops opening up all the time, everywhere. Every day I see a new one, just about, and they, you know, throughout the city.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine that there's some regulation and regulatory lenience.
Yeah, limits, like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a it's probably at the bottom of the priorities when it comes to criminal. What the police are going to focus on is criminal as a crime.
Yeah. So it's really relaxed where you are. It's not like that in the UK.
Yeah, no, the public has totally accepted it.
Yeah, we're still in dark ages, us.
Yeah, well, you guys are, you know, you invented the Church of England, of course you're in the Dark Ages.
I'm sure we'll follow suit at some point, you know.
I think you should, I think you should, the Church of England should be disbanded.
Like say again, I ain't got a clue. I don't know.
I think the Church of England should be disbanded.
If it's doing bad things, then yes, it should.
Well, it's kind of irrelevant, and it's kind of arrogant. How can you have a Church of England? What the hell does that mean? Church of England. Church of America.
Well, did you know the word "of" can also mean without?
Sidney, you realize we don't have a Church of America, right?
No, I know we don't have a Church of America, but that's why I'm finding Church of England absurd. I mean, America is so much more religious than England. That England has a church. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Lots of
That's
churches.
why we left England, because we didn't want to be told what to worship.
Church of England is Protestant. In fact, the monarch of England is not allowed to be Catholic.
Nice piece of wood right here. Get ready to cut a sign for some friends of mine.
I bet the Muslims know out, Sydney.
Excuse me?
I bet the Muslim.
You bet the Muslim. What?
The monarch, yeah? I bet the Muslim. Yeah.
Oh, they're Muslim? No. Jim's president is Muslim, but your monarch isn't yet.
I don't know.
So I need that to be. What do I want?
And mute.
23 by 7.
Oh. Are you gonna be cutting it all up or just measuring?
No, what I do is I cut my own stencils. So I have a device that I cut the stencils on. And then, like, here's one of the stencils I cut before. See, it actually puts the, cuts out the stencil for me, and then I just trace the stencil right onto the pieces of wood, and then I cut the wood.
How come you're so racist?
What do you mean racist?
You put the Mackays.
McKay.
The Mackays, sorry, but that's a white name. Why didn't you put the Mukherjees or the?
What do you mean it's a what?
Or the Wongs? Why did you have to go with a white name?
Because I don't know anybody named Wong. This is for some friends of mine.
Spadia, but do you think that's right?
I think it's perfect.
You think it's okay not to know Wong? All right. We won't go there. Tom, why are you in and out of there? Tom?
Go on, Sydney.
Are you having problems in and outing with your connection?
No, one of lads is doing an hangout at 9 o'clock, Sydney. I'll be leaving about 9 soonish.
Fair enough.
Well, it's 9:30 now. It started at 9. He's called 5 Dinners, Sydney. I don't know if you've come across him.
Now you here?
No, I'm going to be listening to Jim practice his opera singing tonight.
Yeah, he's called 5 Dinners from the UK, and he's an interesting guy. Like, you know, he covers some good topics.
Is it a
nice to meet you, Sydney. Anyway, you know.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too. Circle me
Cool
and you'll get
geezer.
invites.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Tom.
Yo.
Studied your Bible today?
No, I ain't got a Bible, Christian.
Tom, you got internet. There's no excuse not to have a Bible.
Come on.
Yeah, I've got internet, but I don't know. I just
tell you what, it's awesome. I love the Book of Revelation.
I take it with a pinch of salt, you know.
Oh, you don't want to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, I don't force myself to you know, I don't force anything on myself. You know, I just sort of let my intuition sort of tell me what's real and what's not. You know.
Oh, the truth tells you what's real and what's not, Tom. You know that, buddy.
Yeah, I know, and I live, I live a truthful life. I'm a truthful person, very truthful. You know, and that's how I live.
Tom, let me ask you a question, buddy. Have you ever told a lie?
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah.
Well, what's that make you?
Well, that makes me a person who can admit that I've told a lie before. That makes me an honest person.
If I would go out and murder somebody, what would you call me?
So have you never told a lie, Christian?
No, that's not what I asked you, Tom. Tom, if I was to go out and murder somebody, what would you call me?
I could call you a lot of different things, couldn't I?
What would the terminology be for the crime that I committed?
If
Would
you
that
murdered
be a
somebody, that would be
murderer?
murder, wouldn't it,
Would you not
Christian?
agree that I would be termed a murderer?
No,
Well, yes,
you'd
if
be,
you murdered somebody.
Actually,
you'd be
the
termed
term
a
would be
hero.
quite correct. Murderer.
You'd be termed a hero.
So,
Jim.
again, if you go out and you've told a lie, what does that make you, Tom?
I don't know, Christian. What does it make me?
It makes you a liar.
Oh, so because I've told a lie when I was younger, I'm now a liar.
Does that ever mean that you've ever not told a lie? I mean,
we've all
come
told
on now,
lies,
Tom.
Christian.
You told a lie, so that makes you a liar. Have you ever
We're
stolen,
all a liar,
anything?
Christian.
Hey, Tom, have you ever stolen anything?
Yeah, we're all
What
liars.
does that make you? It makes you a thief.
Well, I'm a lying, thieving, no good son of a gun.
You know what? That's exactly right, and I'm glad you admit to it. Because
Well,
we all
very
are in
honest
that
person,
state.
Christian.
We're all in that state of sinful nature. We're all in that state of being a lying, thieving, adulterous
I
person.
can admit my
But you know what?
faultings, you
God
know.
can forgive you because that's the one you broke the law of. When you lie, you broke God's law. When you steal, you broke God's law. When you look on a woman with lust in your heart, you broke
Well,
God's law.
The universal law, I call it. I like to
Now,
call
it's
it
not the
the...
universal law. It's God's law. It's not the universe's law. The universe didn't come up with it. God did.
Hey, Jim.
Well, that's your perception of it, isn't it, Christian? That don't mean I have to have
Tom,
that
remember,
Hold on,
perception.
there is not my
Hold on,
possession,
one
your
guy.
possession, their possession.
Jim, you tell the
Okay,
biggest
Jim.
lie of
And
all.
everything
Tell the
that
biggest,
Whoa, everybody, wait.
biggest
Jim,
lie of
Let Sidney talk.
okay, hold on a second, Jim. Can they respond to you now?
Hang on a second, I can't hear you. My machine's going. What'd you say?
Oh, can these guys respond to you now? Can you just let them respond, like one at a time?
Who?
Tim and Down, and just don't sort of stop them. Wait until they're done before you.
the biggest
Well,
lie of all.
Again, I don't mind doing that, Sidney.
Yeah.
Sidney, I don't mind doing that. But if I ask you a question, what color is the sky, and you start going into a dissertation about the bottom of the sea, I'm going to stop you because that's not what I asked.
Okay, yeah, but you've
There you
already
go. Go ahead. Next.
you've already gone ahead and mentioned God's law. Now, if it was my response, I'd be questioning the God that the law is. But I'm going to let these guys respond to you, and then let them talk, and then respond back. Okay? So, Tom, why don't you go first?
Basically, I like I say, I'm on the fence. You know, I'm not 100% convinced there is a God, but then again, I'm not 100% convinced that there isn't a God. So I'm sort of on the fence. But I would never go to a fellow man and say, no, you must believe, you know, a certain something, because, you know, we have to have our own, we have to decipher our own information, and we have to, you know, have our own perceptions, and not just like follow others, and you know, and we have to, you know, we have to be individuals. We can't just all be the same, can we? You know, so that's me. I'm just an individual.
What's that mean, Tom?
That means I don't know if there's a God, Christian, you know, and you know, if somebody's telling me that I have to believe in a God, then, you know, that I don't have to do anything. You know, it's up to me what I do. But I'm very honest about my past, etc. I have lied, I have cheated, you know, I have stole, I've done all them sinful things, and I'm big enough to admit that. But you know, I think of it as I broke a universal law, not so much a specific God, you know.
Okay, now before you carry on, before you respond, Christian, Down was also had a response, I believe.
And if I could just add, but I respect your, you know, your perception, Christian. You know, I respect you as a fellow man, and I respect you. I was speaking of you earlier. I said I liked you. Sidney said the same. You know, I've got no problem with what anybody believes. That's up to them. You know, and you know, I wish you well, my friend. And you know.
Okay, Mark is next.
I feel the same about you. I wish you well. That's why I'm trying to straighten you out and point you in the right direction and show you what you're saying doesn't make sense according to the reality and the laws of cause and effect and so many other different areas. But anyway.
But hold on, Jim, we have another response. Go ahead, Mark.
Christian Hillbilly.
Yes.
Do you believe that you have the right to believe what you want to believe?
You're breaking up. What'd you say?
Sorry. Do you believe you have the right to believe whatever you want to believe?
Sure.
Do you believe anyone else has the right to do the same?
Absolutely. You have the right to believe anything you want, including stupid lies like evolution, like there is no God. You have the right to believe all kinds of idiotic things. But people like myself who care about others want to present you the truth. Now, if you don't want to accept the truth, like Sidney here, well, that's fine. I still like Sidney. I'm still going to present him the truth. He doesn't have to accept it. That doesn't mean he can't be my friend.
Yeah, okay. My point being is that you believe you have the right to tell anyone else what to believe.
No, I think we've already covered that. I don't have the right to tell anybody what to believe. You don't have the right to tell anybody what to believe. I'm not telling anybody what to believe. I'm simply pointing out the truth. The truth is this. There is truth, and then there's everything else that denies the truth. Now, again, one of us, Sidney or I, one of us is wrong. Both of us cannot be right.
Don't know. I don't believe you've actually heard what I believe anyway, so that's fine. I'm just
maybe
curious.
It's not about who's right and who's wrong, you know?
Exactly. Everybody has the right to believe whatever they want. Everybody's truth is whatever they believe their truth is.
No. Truth is
not competition, Christian, you know?
Whatever you believe is yours. You're totally entitled to. I have no right to judge you. Same as me.
Well,
I believe
yes,
I'm just.
You have the right to believe whatever you want to believe. That doesn't make it true.
Just to clear things up.
Do you mind if I give you an example?
I believe I'm just a man.
Jim, let Mark finish.
I mean, I believe I'm just a man on Earth. Would you disagree with that?
I don't know. All you are to me, sir, is a bunch of pixels on a screen.
Would you say those?
That's my truth.
That's an insult.
That's my truth. Your truth is different than my truth. One of us has got to be wrong. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Would you say those
pixels on the screen? What the hell are you doing?
That one of us has to be wrong.
I guess you don't like being wrong, Christian.
No,
judging by the look on your face.
I'm just trying to ask.
He said, "Would I agree with that?" I said, "No," because all he is to me is a bunch of pixels on a screen. One of us is wrong.
Jim. He is a man, though. You know, he is a man from New Zealand. You know, he's
no.
One of us is wrong.
If he's just a bunch of pixels on a screen, then what the hell are you doing talking to pixels on a screen?
I'm making a point.
Oh, no. All he is nothing but pixels on a screen. Why are you talking to pixels on a screen?
Good point,
I'm just trying to have a logical discussion here. I'm not talking about...
I'm not going to get logic out of you.
And that's why I'm asking, you know, which one of us is right and which one of us is wrong. Not both of us.
You are wrong. Obviously, you are wrong.
My truth and your truth. There is only truth.
Obviously, you're wrong because we've just shown you to be wrong.
Ah, thank you. So you do believe in absolute truth. So there is no such thing as my truth, your truth, their truth. No, there is truth in everything.
There's no such thing as truth. Truth is a bullshit word that you're introducing.
No, truth is true.
No, truth is
whatever you want to believe.
Truth is a meaningless word that you used in totally out of context.
Really?
Yes. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? Hey, you're gonna find truth, or you're looking for truth? That's a silly thing. All you do is look around you There's reality. That's all you need to know.
Sidney, how did I use truth out of context?
So just so I get this straight, you don't believe I'm a man standing on Earth?
No, that's not what I said. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's your truth. That's your truth. My truth is a bunch of pixels on a screen. Now, which one of us is wrong? Not both of us can be right. Would you agree with that?
You're wrong.
Would you agree that one of us has to be wrong?
Do the pixels on the screen that I'm talking about
Would you agree that one of us has to be wrong?
Let him ask his question. Let Mark.
I asked the question, he hasn't answered it yet.
I answered
I don't
it.
agree that one of us has to be right and one of us has to be wrong. I
Bingo!
disagree.
Thank you very much. That is absolute truth. Thank you for agreeing with me.
I haven't agreed with you. I've said I don't agree that one of us has
Jim's
to be
going to
right.
bend it his way. I promise you.
No, actually, I'm going to move downstairs so I can get to cutting. Oh, no, wait a minute. I got one more to cut. Never mind. I'll be right here for a little bit more.
Okay, we're going to mute you, okay? Because in case we hear
We haven't established yet that one believes that I'm just a man standing on Earth.
How are you going to establish it?
By the video.
Wait a minute. The video is nothing but pixels on a screen. So you basically validate
bloody interesting video. If it was interactive, you tell me to jump, I jump. I think that's pretty interactive and live enough to tell you.
I can do the same thing. Still be just pixels on a screen.
Hold on a second. Jim, you
This
really
is the logic you're making to try and avoid my question.
No, I'm not avoiding your question. I'm sitting there pointing out that there is absolute truth. Now, if you want to believe you're a man, you're more than welcome to believe you're a man. If I want to believe you're a bunch of pixels on a screen, that's fine. You said it was okay for me to believe that. Now you're telling me it's not. Why is that?
It's not a belief. I know I'm a man.
Not a belief.
Now we're arguing over something.
Hold on a sec. You asked. Hold on a sec.
It's a fact.
No, Jim. If you ask somebody a question, give them the courtesy. You did know. If you ask them a question, give them the courtesy.
I asked him a question. He answered it. He said it's a fact. Fact would be truth.
If you, Jim, I'm sitting. Jim, stop that.
Okay. If you believe fact is truth, so be it. I'm just telling you it's a fact that I know I'm a man. And if you disbelieve that or have proof to the contrary, show me.
I just want to point out how silly and stupid that statement was, that you're just pixels on a screen. That was probably one of the stupidest comments I've heard.
Answer.
We don't need to argue over these things, do we, Christian? You know, come on, there's bigger things at stake, man.
I made my point that there is absolute truth, and both Sidney and Mark have agreed with it. They are. I think they're just too thick to understand that they agreed with it.
I haven't agreed with anything so far. Define absolute truth.
Oh, you just did for me, sir.
No, come on, Jim. Come on.
It's a fact that you are a man. Is it not? Is that not an absolute truth? Well, you know, here we are debating whether you are a man standing on the earth or a bunch of pixels on a screen. One of those statements is absolutely true, and the other one is absolutely false.
Why can't they both be true? Why can't they both be true?
They're both true. I am a man.
Jim.
And the pixels on the screen are representing that through electronics.
Right.
Oh, no, sir. No, what I'm claiming is you are not a man, that you are simply a bunch of pixels on a screen, a 3D animation created by something other than a man on the other side of the planet. Now, again, how are you going to represent the fact that I'm telling you what is true?
Okay. Also, going with your truth that I'm just pixels on a screen, my creator must be an electronics technician or someone that's created me in that fact. God can't be my creator. Is that what you're getting at? If that's what your God is. If your God is what he is.
I'm getting at that there's an intelligence behind everything that exists today. There's an intelligence behind these pixels on a screen because man figured out how to do it. He figured
Did he?
out God's creation and figured out how to do it. You know what?
Okay.
The evidence
So
of
where's the
God
line?
is all around us in the information that is laden through us.
Okay.
Thank you for
So
understanding that there is absolute truth. And I hope someday you wake up in the middle of the night thinking, oh, that's what he meant, because you sure still have not gotten it. Neither one, you or Sidney, neither one have gotten it. You both have agreed with me that there is absolute truth, that one of us is right and one of us is wrong. You can't say it's my truth, your truth, their truth. There's no such thing. There is either truth and everything that...
Okay. You've just you've told your last lie, Jim. At least for now.
Do you
Just take
believe
a
you
break.
are a main Christian?
Hold on a
Do you
minute.
believe-
Hold on a minute. Jim has just made a couple of assertions. He said that we have agreed, me and Tom have agreed with him about something or other. You know,
You and
he's
Mark,
given us.
you and Mark.
Not me.
He said you and Mark have agreed.
Me and Mark. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Me and Mark have agreed that he can both be a man on the other side of the world, and he can be the pixels on the screen. Okay, so they're both true. According to Jim, it's either one or the other. And then he went and he said that me and Mark have agreed with Jim that there's an absolute truth. He got that out of absolutely nowhere, and then he mentioned this God thing, this God given this and God given that, and blah
We're
blah blah.
actually agreeing.
This God, I know. I'm just showing Jim how silly he is.
Yeah.
This God-created nonsense. He has never ever come up with any evidence or any reason for saying God. He just, you know, he won't give us the courtesy, and he won't give us the intellectual honesty of saying this alleged God that I personally believe in. Alleged. You know, you got to put it there. You can't say that this God is a universal thing when only you can say him. Jim, come on.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Christian, you know, they did agree that he is pixels on a screen and he is a man. You know, he's both of them things, isn't he? You know.
Tom,
we agreed. We agreed, Christian. We're not disagreeing.
I'm sitting there to make my point. I said that all he is pixels on the screen. He could be created by a 3D generator. A mind, a man, a person could be behind the animation and the video and the audio that we hear. And he could be only that. I've seen some great...
How can he be behind the audio?
But not both of us can be correct. Either he is a man and that video is being projected to me, or he is simply a 3D program. He's either one or the other. Not both of them can be true.
Christian,
y'all were going back and forth saying there is no absolute...
guy in New Zealand.
His truth, my truth, and that's not the case. The case is this: there is truth in everything that denies it.
No, there's no such thing as truth. Truth is a silly word that you use for reality. It's like there's a reality around us, and that is exactly what we see.
Controlled by that word.
Yeah, when you bring in this word truth, and you try and sort of give it give reality some kind of a relationship to this word truth. All you're doing is you're muddying the waters. So all you're doing, nothing else, because truth is no such thing as a truth. Truth as a noun. There's no such thing. Impossible. It's ridiculous. Right, Jim? Ridiculous.
Yes, Sidney, what you said is ridiculous. It's completely fallacious, but if it's your kind of oral masturbation and makes you feel better, you go right ahead, because that's all it is. I just proved to you that there is truth. I just proved to you that there is one person can be right and the other person can be wrong. Not both of them can be true. There is factual statements that are factual. You want to see another factual statement? You go look at your bank statement, and your bank statement says you got $10 in there. Well, you go tell the bank you got $10 million, and then tell me which one is the truth at that point, sir. There is truth, and you know it.
Here's the truth. It's not your bank statement. It's their bank account. You're only allowed access to it. It's not your money while it's in their bank.
There you
Got
go.
that? There's a little bit of truth for you. It's not your fucking bank
Jim,
account. It's their bank account.
Yeah.
You didn't create it. They did. You only have access to it. Don't think it's your money while it's in their bank.
Good point, Mark.
Very
You're going
good
to rebut
point.
that? You want to rebut that? Or are you going to be happy to stand with that one? I'm talking to the
I'll be happy
man
to
that
stand with that one, because that's not the case at all, Mark. If it's your money, and you put it in that bank account statement is there to tell you what your balance is. It's there to bring you a truth, a fact, a factual statement. So here's the deal.
holding the money.
You have $10 in that bank, or you do not. Which is it?
Who's holding the money?
Either
Who's
you
holding the
have
money?
$10 in that bank, or you do not. That is a factual statement.
Physically holds the money. The bank or myself? While it's in the bank account, who holds the money?
Mark, why do they send you a statement, Mark? Mark, why do they send you a statement? Mark, why do they send you a statement? Let you know what your balance is, how much of your money is in their bank.
Their bank, thank you. So you're agreeing that
Your
it's
money in their bank. It is your money in their bank. Are we clear on that? So they send you a statement to let you know how much is available of your money in their bank. That is a true statement. Now, if you're going to, buddy, I think you're over it. No wonder
would you
about the moonies. You
take
got
it out?
to
Let him finish, Christian. Let him answer.
Okay, he did ask you to let him finish. Now, please, Jim, give him the courtesy of finishing his point. Thank you. Go ahead.
If you had $20,000 in your bank account, you would not be allowed to draw it out in one unless you justified it in some way to the bank. It's that simple. It is not your bank account. You may have applied for a bank account from that bank, but they are the ones that hold it. Possession's 9/10 of the law. They have it in their account, and you have to justify, just like to any higher authority, why you want something from them. While it's in there, you gave it to them. You deposited it into them. They hold it. So it's their money.
Mark, are you truly that ignorant? I'm sorry, I can't listen to this ramble over and over and over again. Do you know how banking institutions work?
You understand it?
You realize,
It's
sir?
a simple logic for you.
Mark, Mark, carry on, because firstly, the first thing I want to say, before you carry on, the first thing I want to say, one thing I want to say is, we're talking about God who doesn't exist, and then we're talking about banks which do exist. What is there some kind of an analogy? Why are we changing subjects?
I guess
It's
my
like
point
a competition on who's right, who's wrong. I'm better than you, because and it shouldn't be like that. We should all be working all this stuff out rationally, shouldn't we?
No, we should be, but Jim is not a rational person. He expects, or he preaches that this imaginary God with attributes that only he knows is out there, watching over.
Superman.
But if he was out there, why would Jim have to tell us? You know what I mean?
Sure, we'd find him ourselves, right?
Yeah, I mean,
In fact,
exactly. Why would Jim be the one having to tell us that?
And then a couple of years later, she found God again. Then she lost him about 6 months later after that, and then she's found him again. I mean, honestly, she's got.
You should have put a lead on him.
It's like me saying to Mark, hey, Mark, when you step over the ledge, okay, when you step over the ledge, don't forget to drop because there's gravity, okay, fall.
Yeah, because that exists.
Yeah, because in
it's
case
a law, it's natural law. That's physics. Okay, that's natural law, universal law. All right, nothing to do with hokey pokey fictions like Bibles or government or councils or all these other deities and fictions, entities you want to believe in. I'm a man. I live on Earth, and I do as I wish. It's that fucking simple. And I have the right to believe and do whatever I want, just like you guys do. And I'm not going to try and force my beliefs on anyone else. If they think it's cool what I do, they're welcome to do the same. I don't give a fuck either way. It doesn't affect me. And it's the trying to push my beliefs onto other people. Get over it. I'm not responsible for any other person. you know, or any other man or woman, should I say, on this earth other than my own property, such as my children. Yes, they're my property. They're exclusive to me within any society. I'm solely responsible for them. I made them. They're mine. All right? No other man or woman has claim to them.
But hold on a second. What about slavery?
What about slavery?
The Bible allows slavery.
Does it?
Yeah. So if you no, well, you said your children are your property.
Yeah, well, they are. In a legal property, that which is exclusive to an individual, correct?
I know, but in effect, if they're your property, you have the right to sell your property. No?
Why would I? That would be slavery.
No, I didn't say why you would, but
that would be trying to turn my children into a tangible asset. I'm not saying I'm going to trade and sell them, but I'm not
implying that you are. I'm just saying that. Does that restrict you? Are you
Stick
restricted
them on
from selling
eBay,
them?
Mark.
No, it doesn't restrict me. But when you're talking in a legal sense, a governments are a creation of man. They're created by man, for man, to protect and secure property. That fucking simple, right? Now, they're there to protect and secure property. Property is defined as that which is exclusive to any individual within any given society. Now, for a start, one would have to prove that I'm acting as a person within a given society, such as in New Zealand, or in a courtroom, or in any fucking thing, because I live on things. I don't live in a country, alright? Because if you live in something, you are bound by what constitutes that thing. I'll meet you at the tree. I'm not going to meet you in the fucking tree. That would be interesting. Okay? It's simple, smallest words have the most definable things, especially the location. Alright? So I'm a man on Earth. I may have a person that lives in New Zealand. That person may be registered as a citizen within that society. That person may also have a legal person, corporation style body, incorporated body that can exist as for corporation's sake, for legal sake, for commerce. Okay, that's just your business. You function in commerce. It's not you. Okay, now these things were created for the benefit of man. They weren't created to control man like a fucking collar. But governments turned it around, so now all these names have to do as they're told. You're a person. Oh, really? Well, the word person I can define in 5 different ways through their legalese languages, so I'm just going to ask them what type of person they think I am. Because I'm just a man, I can prove that. And if they
I don't want Christian to think we're ganging up on him, you know, I don't like that, bless him, you know, it's...
You get it? Every man is liable.
Don't worry about that,
Christian.
Don't worry about that.
Would you agree, Sid? Every man is liable for what he or she each believes?
Every person is an individual first.
Okay, well, any man or woman that wants to act as an individual within a society is liable for their actions within that society.
Yes, they're an individual first, before they're
they're a man or a woman. They're a man or a woman. Because we weren't born as an individual, we were born as a man or a woman, or as a boy or a girl, you know. Whether or not that's the difference between a man and a human. A human is the colour. It's the colour.
We're each born as an individual.
Yeah, and that individual is registered on a roll as a person, as your natural person, your capitis diminutio minima.
Correct.
Okay, and that's where your natural person is created, your human being, where you can be human within a society. But you're just a man representing as a human being. Then you can have that human being represent as a legal person within the legal society, which governs the commerce within the realm of that lawful society, which is the law of the land. That's why you have the law of the sea on the law of the land. It's just knowing the different capacities, what you are all functioning as, and how to distinguish them when you're getting asked questions. And, you know, you don't answer fucking questions, you ask them. You're the boss. They were created for you. And that's where I stand, you know. If a cop asks me a question, I'll ask him, who are you, for a start, define that plural, and then fucking ask them where they derive their authority over. I, a man. Because we're all equal, are we not? Aren't we all fucking the same?
Should be.
I don't get why people don't get this. You get people jumping on, going on about gods and their religions, and I get it. That's fine if that's the way they believe. more bells to them. But they don't have to force it on other people.
No.
That's all I'm getting at. I don't have to be called or any other defamatory term that someone wants to throw at me just to try and lower my status. I'm seeing him as an equal. If he's going to act like a child, then I'll look at him as a lower status. It's that simple, man. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt that they're the same as me. But if you're going to start behaving childish and start throwing names around, then you've already lowered your status. You're not my equal anymore because you've lowered yourself in front of me.
Right.
And then if you want to judge me and start doing that, then judge, not lest you be judged, buddy boy. I'll fucking judge you back. It's that simple. But I won't be the one starting it. I give everyone the same equality as myself. I treat others as I would expect them to treat me.
Oh, hey, why didn't you tell that to ISIS?
Oh, fuck. That's just another boogeyman created by fucking another three-letter agency, isn't it? I mean, again, it's smoke and mirrors. It's got nothing to do with me going out growing my next batch of corn that we're going to eat. It's got nothing to do with me going and planting my tomatoes or my lettuces or whatever else that I choose to go and actually do and physically get woods from, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Considering that both you and I and Jim and everybody in this room is under the same threat of death from ISIS, what are we going to do? How are we going to respond? United? What's the united response to ISIS?
I have to mute out for a moment. I've got a truck shop to pick up the rubbish bin, so I'll be out of commission for about 10 minutes. I'll leave it on though, so you can see.
So what's the response to ISIS, everybody? We're all doomed if we don't respond. Jim, you're the only one who has a way out of it. You can weasel your way out of it. We're all dead. You'll have to convert us and convince ISIS that we are true Christians. Would you do that for us?
Well, ISIS will kill Christians first.
No.
They do that all the time.
No, Dr. Atheist first. That is for sure. What are you doing? Trying to paste something into chat?
No, I'm working on a form here. I'm trying to get finished. Okay, that looks good.
All right, so there's a truck cutting down some trees in New Zealand. Isn't that illegal?
It's picking up a 5-meter rubbish bin that I've just filled.
Oh.
There it is, yes. So I need it.